You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. We are coming to you large and in charge, Monday, 22nd of November, I believe, 2021. Sydney, maybe the eastern seaboard, I'm not sure, but in the midst of I'll call it a mini rain bender. It's a little rain bender. Strange times going on at the moment in the world of sport. We almost fucking thought we'd just do a bloody Ricky Ponting podcast on the Monday thinking there wasn't going to be anything happening. Well, how wrong we were. How wrong we were. How wrong we were.
How wrong we were, Tom. We had to come in and appease the punter and the dribbler, but also get a few things off our collective minds. So we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
You are right. We're in the midst of, I would classify this as a mini rain bender. Now, some may say, what classifies a rain bender? Well, I would say that it needs to go for a bit longer than it's gone.
Yeah, and probably a bit heavier.
And a bit heavier. That's exactly right, Tom. It's been a bit light for mine.
Yeah.
In terms of classifying it as a rain bender. I did get down to Mollymook on the weekend, though, so I've had rain Friday through to, well, it wasn't raining this morning, but I've had Friday, Saturday, Sunday under the clouds.
Yes. Well, that's how it's been in Sydney as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You didn't miss any rain.
Good.
Oh, you didn't miss any sunshine.
Yeah.
It was raining all weekend.
Look, to be honest, I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking for it. I enjoy it when it rains.
I love a rain bender.
I love rain benders.
My sister's come back from New York, though, like 2 weeks ago or 14 days ago, and she's probably had like an accumulative 15 minutes of sunshine since she's been back here.
Well, Thursday was a rip snorter of it, so she can,
Well, she's back here. Well, there's one out of fucking 15 days.
There's one there.
Yeah, there's one there.
Yeah.
It's not exactly kid off down to the beach situation. She's still working, so it's like.
Look, I'm not a meteorologist, obviously.
I think we're going La Nina again.
That's what I was about to say. Feels like we're La Nina up.
Because they were like, yeah, it's going to happen. Well, some things have got to happen for it definitely to happen. Now I'm like, I think it's fucking happening.
Feels like it's definitely happening. If it's not happening, then what the fuck is it?
It's La Nina, bruh, which isn't good for cricket. But there's plenty more that isn't good for cricket at the moment. And again, as we said, we will get to it. Now, quick shout out to the punter and the dribbler for going the big lift in helping us secure the greatest batsman this country's produced after Sir Donald Bradman and Ricky Ponting.
That's right.
That was a great time for us.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Interview is now up on YouTube and on podcasts. Hope you have listened to it already or listening to it, enjoying it, whatever. Thanks to Ricky for coming on. Obviously, there is some value that we've baked in for the punter and the dribbler, and that's 20% off at pontingwines.com.
That's exactly right. pontingwines.com.
Promo code is
Dribbles. 20% off. Make smart decisions.
Yeah.
It's actually a terrific wine.
It's fucking great wine.
Ricky, obviously a terrific bloke.
I think that he fucking
obviously now a terrific friend.
Terrific friend, but I think having looked back at that clip, and I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like we seriously could be in a pooch syndicate with Ricky Ponting before too long.
We are. He said we were.
I know, but that's what I'm like judging. He could have just been, he was obviously being friendly and affable and, but I'm like, I think he really, really wants to be mates and wants to be in a pooch syndicate.
I came away from that interview thinking to myself, A, I'm pretty sure I've got like a new really close friend.
Yeah.
B, I now think that, in the next 18 months, I'll be in part ownership of a greyhound with Ricky Ponting.
With my best mate, Ricky Ponting.
With my best mate, Ricky Ponting. And C, I see us playing either Elliston or Dubbo Golf Course together.
Yeah. Maybe
not
both.
Too distant future. Maybe both. Did you get that same sense?
I got that vibe that he was like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, these guys like to punt and fucking play golf as well.
I got the sense that Ricky was after a new mate or new mates.
New mates, plural.
And I feel like he's now got them.
Yeah. You're never too old to make new friends. Never too old to try new things. Why doesn't he try new things with new mates?
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Ricky seems like an adventurous sort of soul.
I think so.
Someone who's prepared to, put himself out of his comfort zone. Not to say that we aren't uncomfortable guys.
No, we're not uncomfortable at all. But, you're always out of your comfort zone a little bit with people you don't know. It's just about how skillful we are at making you feel comfortable immediately.
Exactly. It's like if you're going out to dinner with your wife's fucking workmate and her husband. You don't really know the workmate and you don't know the husband.
You definitely don't know the husband. And you don't want to go. I'll tell you that.
Of course you don't want to go.
You don't want to go.
Of course you don't want to go. You might have a couple of scotches before you go just to try and loosen you up.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to that dinner and that bloke is a shit yarner and he doesn't make you feel comfortable, you're in for a long night.
I'll tell you who I had that exact experience with.
We're the opposite of that, Tom.
Yeah, we are the opposite of that.
We'll make you feel as comfortable gets.
Jack Freeman, friend of the show.
Yep.
Now, obviously, not with his fiancée, but there was
Girlfriend at the time.
Girlfriend at the time. Well, there was a time when he was with, a girlfriend, different lady.
Well, he's got a fiancée now. It was his girlfriend at the time.
I'm saying no. This is when I first met Jack. He had a different girlfriend. And I didn't know him from a bar of soap. I'd never heard of him.
That's what I'm saying. His girlfriend at the time.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were like, his fiancée was once his girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that is the case.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying at that time in history.
Yeah. His girlfriend
his
at
girlfriend.
that point. Yeah. And I didn't know. Obviously, I knew his girlfriend at the time. She was good friends with Steph. But it was like, oh, yeah, we're going to this like night market or some shit with
like a noodle market?
Something like that. And I was like, I don't know who this dude is. I'm like, oh, fuck. He's just like, great. Fucking got to go and interact. And then we actually just got on a meet. He was one of those dudes where it was like, oh, I get on with this guy straight away. This is a dream scenario. Then they broke up. So now it's like fucking...
Dream scenario for you.
Well, it was. But it's like when you've got...
Because that doesn't always happen.
No, but when you've got like your mate's missus or like, what is it? So your missus, you get on with your missus' friends, boyfriends or husbands and that sort of shit. Like that's the dream scenario. So then whenever you go to these fucking things that you don't know anyone, you've got some mates there. Shout out to Dim as well, Manly fan. Also he's someone I met through those sort of circumstances. But we're still pals now and that's a good one as well. But when you don't, when they're not cool,
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
It's legwork city.
You want the dream scenario wherever you can find it. Yeah. I've got it going on pretty well at the moment.
Yeah, you fucking Mollymook set up. Holy shit.
Ella's best friend, Steph, goes out with one of our very good friends,
really
Jard,
good mates.
so that thanks for coming.
I just see your videos of you guys away at Mollymook and I'm like, looks like no place in the world I'd rather be. Just down there.
It would have been nice to have you, mate.
Well, I mean, listen.
But obviously...
There's no way that's possible. There's just no way that's possible.
Yeah. Well, that's your life.
No,
that's
exactly.
Reality.
No, that's true. That's fine. That's my life now.
This is our friendship, you know what I mean? On the couch, working.
Yeah. Then there's a different friendship where you're in Donald Trump mask, just fucking ripping and tearing.
He bought there, like, I'm like, what?
Did he just bring that for the weekend?
He bought it.
Like purchased?
He purchased it.
But while you were down there?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He didn't even know himself.
Yeah, but that's
such a fucking judge.
That's such a judge purchase. For those of you not
It was pretty funny, though.
It was. That he just bought a rubber Trump mask.
There's something funny about masks that, like, wig your brain out for a second. Like, you know that it's a mask, but it's like...
You're expecting just like...
It just throws you for a moment.
Yep.
So, you can get up to some fucking funny stuff with that.
Oh, there's some lols to be had with a fucking Trump mask.
There were lols that we had.
There's lols to be had. I lolled just even in some of the videos you were sending through.
Fucking funny. Where were we? Best mates, Ricky Ponting.
Trump masks.
Trump masks.
Ricky Ponting. Promo codes.
Dribbles.
Genuinely though, go check out pontingwines.com, promo code Dribbles, you'll get 20% off. It's fucking good wine, dude. It's good wine. And also, it's going to only help us because punters going to be like, these guys really are my best mates. Look at all of their mates they're recommending their fucking wine to. Like, wow, these guys really are fucking some of my best mates.
Like, if you want to strengthen our relationship with Ricky...
Which is sort of strengthening their relationship with Ricky
to the point where I wouldn't rule out a sleepover if things go well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, top and tails.
Top and tails.
On the couch.
We'll sit there up all night drinking his wine and flipping coins.
Well, Ricky's probably got a king-size bed, right? So I could see the three of us in there.
I wouldn't be... Look, his beautiful wife in there.
I think she'd probably be like, you know what? Ricky's got friends over. I'm going to go and sleep in the guest wing.
Or I'll go stay with my parents or something.
Yeah.
On the guest wing. So basically, it's us three in bed.
Yeah, top and tails.
Top and tail. You, I, and Ricky could fit in a king easy.
Comfortably, with room to move.
Would he be in the middle?
Yeah, I think so. In a Hello Sports sandwich. And we've got room for the wines.
Yep.
We've got a big screen TV like this to play some of his highlights.
That's all we do, and we've got plenty of room to flip a coin.
Yeah.
Because we already know that he wants to go again. He's furious he lost 3-2.
Well, that's it. If you haven't heard the Ponting podcast, we do take him on in coin toss because he's the greatest coin tossing captain in the history of cricket, not the cricket of history.
No one's won more tosses than him.
But no one's got a better record over Ricky Ponting than we currently do in the coin toss.
Which is 100%.
In series.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
We sat down for a series. We won the series.
We're the best.
What else matters?
Nothing. Nothing else matters as Kansas City go in. So Mollymook was good. Mollymook was nice.
Great.
Was there anything in particular? You bunched in a bunch of dribbles and a bucks, eh?
Yeah. Nipped into the Milton Hotel or the Milton Star or the something, whatever, just for a couple of quiet scoops, Jarch and I, just after we'd fucking done a little bit of shopping. I was like, we'll get a reward ourselves with a scoop. Walked in and like went straight to the toilet. As I was walking, I'm like, I'd done a quick scan of the surroundings, and my immediate thought was, feel like there were some dribblers there.
Your spidey sense went up.
My spidey sense went up. It wasn't anything in particular other than like maybe just something flat.
Some dribbles will give off a vibe.
Went back out, and then I'm like, okay, we are on here. There's
on
a couple of punters and dribblers hats. The buck, like came over. He's like chained to a fucking weight and shit, like real dribbly buck shit.
Buck shit. Put a bullet in my head before you fucking ruin my day on the buck strip. Like if I'm the buck. You know,
well, you've just got to cop it though, mate.
Yeah, well, I don't have to. I'm already married, so.
Yeah, but you would have.
I would have, yeah.
But you avoided it because you've got no ticker. He came up and was dribbling and yarning, and there was plenty of come-ons done. And
yeah.
You know the drill.
Oh, I
did like 3 or 4 come-ons. Put it that way.
Well, you had to, mate.
Had to. You got to fucking answer the call,
mate.
But the boys had gone pretty hard. They were up to like 7, 8 o'clock at the Caravan Park, giving it a proper nudge. So
yeah, okay.
I don't think many of them had slept.
Right, nice.
But there was a good energy, and
they
were getting shipped out some Chinese. The buck was going through some fried rice and a couple of spring rolls when I left, so he was looking after himself.
Well, he needs
making
to, right?
Making
smart decisions. Line the tummy.
Getting lined. Well, the tummy getting lined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to those boys.
Definitely.
Sorry we didn't make it out later to the Ulladulla Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Did you make promises, eh?
Well, they were inboxing us. Well, we got bogged down at home.
Couldn't make it.
No,
I get it. I get
it. That?
That's the way it goes.
But had a great fucking weekend. Mollymook's a hell of a place.
Mollymook is a hell of a place.
Hell of a place. I didn't mind that it was raining. The girls were a bit pissed off because they wanted to go to the beach.
Yeah.
But
fuck it.
Did
you get in the ocean at all? Or?
Nope. It was raining.
Well, yeah, I know, but you might be like,
cold.
fuck it, hungover. I'm just going to jump in the water.
Cold,
It's good when you're hungover, though. Were you on the water?
Yeah, close.
When you're hungover, dude, you go and just jump in.
I wasn't hungover.
To be honest, you are fresh, considering I know what you're doing.
I've been getting less hungover lately, punters and dribblers. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe you're like an X-Men.
I don't know.
Is that your power?
I've been waking up fresh a lot of the time.
Is your X-Men power that you just don't get hung anymore?
Maybe. What a power to have. But seriously, like, I feel like that might be the case.
I mean, listen, I haven't seen enough of you not hungover to believe that, because I've certainly seen more of you.
I'm just saying, if you take the last month as a sample...
I would say that's not the case then.
I've been delivering.
I wouldn't sign off on your X-Men
No, Monday,
stars.
but Monday morning is not hungover. That's like, I'm so flat. That's different. That's not the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hungover is like headache, vomit.
Yeah. Bounced.
As opposed to Monday, which is like...
Flat, sad.
Anxious. Why do we do this at 7:30?
Yeah.
Why don't we do this at 12:30 or like 2:30?
Yeah.
Why don't I get Monday morning off?
Yeah.
Why is it 7:30 again?
Yeah.
Why do I have to get up at 30 on a Monday morning?
Yeah.
Why am I flat? I haven't slept enough.
Yeah. Why?
Why was I up till 11:15 last night
when
on
I
YouTube
knew I was
when I could have
hungover?
gone to sleep at 10:30 and made smarter decisions?
Yeah. Why? That's a Monday.
Different.
That's a Monday.
That's different.
Yeah, no, it is different. Well, I don't have too much to report. Thick ropes obviously rained off, so we just went to the pub.
Cool.
Shout out to the Nelson. No sponsorship arrangement there, just wanted to let them know. Appreciate them. I'm a champagne guy now. I'm like officially a champagne guy. I've hated champagne my whole life until like...
Till when?
I had some nice champagne maybe a couple of months ago where I was like, oh, okay. I had it because of the occasion. It's the only time it's not like you sit home and crack a champagne at the end of the day, unless you're like a fucking grandma. So I had some sort of like occasion-based champagne, which was lovely. And then on the weekend I had some again, and I was like, okay, I'm here now. I basically had like a bottle of champagne on Saturday.
Funny when things come into your life. Like I used to hate champagne. I used to think it was too bubbly. I didn't like the taste. Now I can drink it. It gets you pretty tiddly. It's
It
good.
does. It gets you. Ooh.
Same with Scotch. I was like, yeah, I don't mind Scotch, but now I like love Scotch.
Yeah. I'm a whiskey dick.
Scotch whiskey pissed is so good.
It's nice. Well, you also don't need much. You just need a little.
No, you don't need much at all. To be like tiddly and like warmed up and stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's powerful.
It's powerful stuff. Shout out to Scotch and champagne. Eddie, I don't know if there's much. I think we need to get into. I think we've been prolonging the inevitable here. Like there's obviously big news in the world of Australian cricket that I think we need to address.
I think it's bigger than big.
It's huge.
Is it bigger than Ben-Hur?
I think it's bigger than Ben-Hur.
I didn't even know the fuck Ben-Hur was.
No, I think Ben-Hur was a huge film back in the day. Mm-hmm. And if it was bigger than Ben-Hur, it was fucking massive because it was such a big film.
Is that why?
I think so.
So Ben-Hur not a big human?
I don't think so. I think Ben-Hur is a movie about Ben-Hur, who was a human, but I don't think he was particularly big.
Right.
I believe he was an average-sized human, but yeah, movie from 1959.
But was he hung like a rogue elephant?
Well, I don't think it's... You don't say hung like Ben-Hur, because that'd be a different question.
But
or
you
a
can
different
still say bigger.
Well, you can, but bigger, like you were thinking the size of him tall-wise, not the size of his cock.
Could have been like, I don't know, misrepresented through the ages.
Right, so it was actually about his dick, not his height.
I don't know. I'm asking the question.
No, well, I'm telling you it's about a movie. And
Well,
Dave, I believe
the movie in 1962, I think, was made for $15 million, which today is worth like $130 million. So
not
pretty
that
big
big.
film.
Well, it is.
They
for the
do
time.
movies for 200 now.
Yeah, but now they didn't do.
And they're not like bigger
movies
than
back
blah,
then.
blah, blah, blah.
They had to like get shitloads of horses and stuff and build a whole bloody Roman thing back then.
Yeah. No, Eddie's being a hater on Ben-Hur, and that's not fucking cool, and we won't stand for it on this show. And so I am going to have to step in here and silence him because 15 million in 1960.
Yeah, the equivalent today of 120. I'm saying like that's not big now. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And you know what, Eddie? It's not big now, but that's not the point. It's a saying because it was a saying. Because it is a saying. Now, you are the one that is fucking still saying it. So you want to fucking criticize Ben-Hur while you keep putting Ben-Hur in fucking headlights.
It was the costliest film ever made at that time.
Bang.
By how much?
I don't know.
If it was marginal, then I'm like, what the fuck are we on about?
Right, it needed to be a couple of mil.
It needed to be like 40%. So for the saying to be so palpable.
Right.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess if it's like a difference of 1 million, but it's the time.
Like for it to have cut through, and I'm still using it, it needed to have been significantly bigger than anything else.
It's funny, keeping up with the Joneses as a saying was the thing, which is like, you're just trying to keep up with the neighbor, I guess, is sort of like the Joneses was there. And then
the Joneses were the trendsetters.
Yeah. And then it became the Kardashians. And when the Kardashian thing started, I was like, it sounded wrong to me because of the fact that I'd always heard keeping up with the Joneses. Now, Kardashians makes more sense to me.
I still use Keeping Up with the Joneses.
I don't say any of it, but when I hear Joneses...
Keeping Up with the Kardashians is in reference to the show. Keeping Up with the Joneses is a saying.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But the name of the show is in reference to the saying.
Maybe.
Well, no, it 100% is. The name of the Kardashians show is in reference to the saying Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Or maybe it's just like, keep up with us. Like, what we're doing.
No. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that Australian cricket needs us to get to the issues at hand.
But also, just to
ASAP.
go in to bat for Ben-Hur, it broke its own record for the most expensive film. The 1925 silent version, Ben-Hur, A Tale of Christ, was the record holder before that.
How the fuck did silent movies get through?
Because that was the best thing anyone had ever seen
I know.
at the time.
I know. I just don't even understand how you did it.
What I don't understand about silent films is I would have thought that sound would have predated video.
Maybe it was the mashing of the two that they couldn't do.
Surely you can just get like a CD player or like not.
Surely, right. Okay, surely
And
CD.
just sit it next
CD
to it.
player in 1920.
Not a CD player. You know what I mean?
Record
like a
player.
Record
Well, yeah,
player.
but you'd have to
Xylophone,
like
whatever.
record. You'd have to overdub all the like dialogue and shit, so it
Onto
matches
millions
perfectly.
of records timed
Yeah.
perfectly.
You could just have like a soundtrack though.
Well, that's what silent films were.
Silent
There was
films
a dude
had
like
music.
playing a
Oh, they
piano.
did.
Yeah.
Just no talking.
Yeah.
Should we talk cricket?
I think we have to, dude. I'm going to fucking lose it. Okay, so this is where we're at, punters, dribblers. I believe Friday around 2 p.m. We got a DM from some guy going, this thing's about to break. I got it on good authority that Tim Paine's fucking about to do a press conference. He'd been shooting off dick pics, been caught, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bullshit. This is just dribbler bullshit, fucking going around like those dumb text messages you see. Sure enough, like 5 minutes later, this dribbler, delivered on his fucking dribble. But I feel like, Eddie, there's a couple of ways we need to look at this situation or to try and break it down. And it's a similar way to the way we did with the sandpaper gate. I feel like we look at the action, like, so what he did, what Tim Paine did, the context around it, and then I guess like what has happened, like the fallout, the blowback.
Mm.
So, for those of you that don't know, living under a rock, metaphorical or otherwise, former Australian captain Tim Paine, on the eve of the Ashes, news came out that he was sexting someone and sent a photo of his penis, which we unfortunately haven't seen yet.
That's one of the greatest shames in all of this.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest disappointment is that we haven't actually been able to see the dick. But so he did that back in 2017-18. He's a married man, but that was
married at the time.
He was married at the time.
Really rugby league stuff.
Really rugby league stuff. There's so much more juice to this story as well. But the story then came out just last week, or that it was going to be made public. The text was going to be made public, and so he stood down. Now, I initially thought Cricket Australia made him stand down. Apparently, he stood down of his own volition. He was like, it's not fit to be a captain.
JL didn't want him even to stand
No.
down. He had to argue against JL, but then JL supported him, respected his decision.
Yes.
But it's a Tim Paine decision.
It's a Tim Paine decision. Now, the incident was investigated at the time because he was sexting with a Cricket Tasmania staffer. They were going back and forth. I don't know if they ever chonged or if it was just...
The implication that I have read, Tom, is that the sexting happened on one occasion.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out...
Like, we can assume what we want.
Yeah,
but that is what has been reported.
Yeah. So...
Happened once, that was it.
That happened in 2017. I don't think we need to read the texts necessarily.
Mate, if you want to read them online. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I will say this, though. I don't think anyone can come across as cool or sexy in sex out of context. Like, there is no sexed game. Maybe if you're just specifically when you're a man, I don't know. But, like, just reading those, I was like, these are not sexy.
They took the sex out of sexting, really.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
They were pretty ordinary.
Yeah.
Didn't get me going.
No, I didn't. I
was actually surprised Tim was going.
Based off what was being fucking...
Like, reading what he was getting back, I'm like...
Yeah.
And he's, like, going up and up. Like, he's ramping up.
He was ramping up.
I'd be ramping down.
Yeah, the reason I don't unless you can see the 100% how it went...
And you're assuming that that's not...
I'm assuming...
You reckon there's been things redacted?
I feel like there might have been, because some of the escalation didn't seem like it was...
Warranted?
Well, warranted or just didn't make sense.
Yes. As in, like, how did you get from here to here when that was what you received?
Yeah. Now, it could be that that's exactly how it played out, if it is. But at the time, he sent the text, the sex, or they both were, Cricket Australia and Cricket Tasmania looked into it, said there was no code of conduct breaches or anything like that. It was just that, you know. two consenting adults doing this, I think. The way that it came to their attention, from my understanding, was that the woman involved was caught stealing money from Cricket Tasmania, allegedly, and then decided to say at that time, well, and then at that time when she got caught, she was like, this is what happened and I didn't want it. It was unwanted, unsolicited dick pics and all that sort of shit.
Maddie was saying earlier that apparently she did approach Cricket Australia on several occasions.
To say...
Wasn't comfortable with this.
Right, but they investigated it though. That's what I'm trying to work out. Is that not when they investigated it?
I think they investigated it when she complained.
Right. Well, that's when else would you fucking investigate it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. See, it's getting a little bit vague and a bit like I'm not really
vague.
sure.
The thing is, you don't want to make any assumptions around anyone or anything or any person, especially if someone's come out and said that this is what's happened to them, like that they didn't want it.
Like there is a lot of unanswered questions, I think.
Yeah.
Particularly around timings and shit. Now, obviously Sandpaper Gate, this was March 2018. Tim Paine short-balled into the gig to save the nation. He captained us in the third test, I believe, if my memory serves. Then goes on to skipper the nation up until a couple of weeks ago. Now, Cricket Australia invested the lewd sexting scandal that Tim Paine was involved in sort of mid to late 2018 when he was already skipper. They would have been in a fucking...
Oh, he was already captain.
He was already captain. Which is what was doing my head in, because initially I was like, Cricket Australia, what the fuck are you doing? When you know that he's got a sexting scandal that's like behind closed doors that, you know, could come out at any time, that is a tremendously large risk to take. Going, oh, we'll pick him as skipper, knowing what you knew.
Yeah.
But I think that given what I'm reading from the timelines, he was already skipper. They investigate it. They conclude that no conduct has been breached because it was between two consenting adults. And I think, let's be honest, they were like, we had one of the biggest scandals to ever rock Australian cricket. Imagine 6 months later, you turn around, you stand the skipper down for sexting someone. They've rolled the dice.
Yes, they have. But okay, if there's been no case to answer for Tim around this sexting thing, if they've investigated it and everything's good, I don't think that he should be standing down.
So what the Cricket Australia chairman, Richard Freudenstein, made a few comments about it, and he said, I can't talk about the 2018 decision, I wasn't there. He's saying, based on the facts as they are today, Cricket Australia would not have made that decision right now. And he said that the code of conduct is now appropriate. It's important to note a lot of things have changed since the time. There are programs in place that address things like sexting since the 2018 season. We've undertaken a full review of the sexual harassment education. So at the time...
Is he sexually harassing someone or is he just sexting someone?
So you reckon that the Australian captain can be sexting someone when he's married, and that's sweet?
I don't think that it's sweet to be sexting someone when you're married, but I think that if it had happened in the moment, right? Like if he'd been found out in the moment, then maybe there's a little bit more like it's a bit red hot. This thing happened 4 years ago. Him and his wife have fucking moved on from it.
Yeah.
It was something that happened. Like fucking politicians do it all the time and no one gives a shit. Barnaby Joyce went and fucking had a child with one of his staffers, 2 children now, left his fucking wife and 4 kids, and now he's back leading the Nationals. I don't even know if did he stand down then, or did he just...
he didn't stand down from his seat, but he stood down from his ministerial positions for like a year or something.
After fucking yahooing about the family and the importance of that shit, and then now he's back there.
He's deputy prime minister again.
I just don't think... Obviously, it's not... like socially it's frowned upon to fucking cheat on your spouse, right? Like I get that. But there's also, and I'm not saying that this is the case for Tim, there is so much that goes into a relationship that provides context to decisions around a relationship. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything other than Tim Paine just being a horny little piglet who wants to fucking get his dick sucked by someone, right? That could just very well be it. But who the fuck knows what's going on in a relationship that makes you do one thing or the other? Like, there is a bit more nuance to it. I'm not saying it's smart to send dick pics when you're a public figure. Like, he's a dumbass. He's a horny dumbass. But I'm like, I would have loved for Tim to go out and go, look, it was 4 years ago. I'm sorry. It was a fucking mistake. The family's forgiven me as well. It was an error in judgment, but they've investigated. There's nothing, like, I didn't do anything wrong. It was two horny adults fucking being horny. I'm just going to still captain the nation.
I think that these Ashes series are too high profile. There's too much going on.
You don't think this is going to be brought up anyway, no matter what
I'm
now?
Just like, playing on your mind when you're out in the middle and we need your razor sharp between the ears. We already know that he's probably going to stand down at the end of the Ashes. Is it the end of the world?
No, it's not the end of the world for me.
Like, what's the best decision? The best, absolute number one decision for the side? Is it that Tim stays?
Well, to me,
I don't know if
I wonder. It's like, oh, okay, let's. All the talk's been about fucking how we don't know if a bowler's the best captain for, like, the best call to captain a side. They're probably going to fucking go with Pat Cummins. I got no issue with Pat. Love Pat. Pat's a
I'll
good friend.
definitely go with Pat. He's
right.
a VC.
But so you're going to go, like, is the best option trying something that we haven't done for fucking 40, 50 years? Or do you just go, listen, fucking T Paine, mate, just roll. You're gonna cop some heat. The Barmy Army are gonna sing about you. Like, it's just there's a part of me with the whole, like, him standing down and someone leaking it to try and, like, fuck him over, assuming that the investigation that led to no fucking breach is correct. It's like, it's one of the things that's wrong with the world. Is just like that someone's just going to have their life fucked over by someone.
But he stood down.
Yeah, I know. But he stood down because of this thing that's been thrust upon him. Like, it's been brought back up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not cancel culture-y because it happens all the time. It's just he's cheated on his missus and all that, which is not good.
Look, like, you know, Shane Warne would have been captain of the nation if he'd do all this scallywag shit.
Yeah, but he also fucking never really had to.
It's not like this is a new thing.
No, I think Shane's fucking been championed for his rooting exploits his whole career.
But that's why he wasn't skipper, even though he was the logical decision to be skipper.
He's also a bowler, maybe that. He wasn't that logical. Ricky Ponting was fucking there.
Well, I also think that because Tim Paine has always had such a squeaky clean image, it was more of a shock as well. With Warney,
Yes.
no one's surprised.
I'd agree that that's the case. Tim Paine, almost a victim of our squeaky, he seemed to be.
Well, we needed Squeaky.
We did.
We needed Squeaky. God, we needed Squeaky. We weren't Squeaky. We were like as opposite to Squeaky as we could get as a nation.
Like grimy?
We were grimy and dirty.
We were grimy, dirty. We were filthy. Now we had Squeaky Clean in Tim Paine, who's taken us all the way back here. I can understand how when we needed Squeaky Clean and we presented Squeaky Clean, if your life has been about being squeaky clean from a test captain perspective and now you're covered in shit, I can see how you might want to go, listen, I'm going to stand down, I'm going to go have a shower, I'm going to come back. And
give this to someone else.
I get all that. I really don't think that he has been fucked over. I think he's made a stupid decision that's caught up with him in the fullness of time. It's fucking annoying timing. It's shit house timing. But in the world we live in, like it or lump it, you can't really have your test skipper sexting fucking women photos of his hard cock when he's married. I just don't think it fucking flies. It doesn't fly.
Yeah.
It might fly in it's all good consensually, but does it pass the moral test? No, it doesn't. It just doesn't.
I hear you.
And he sees that. He sees it better than anyone. He's like, that's why he's standing down.
I think the standing down is like, you kind of...
Because JL, who, he's the fucking coach, was, begging him not to.
Right, and why is that? Because it's like, mate, I don't know, it just seems like I don't know what'll cause more upheaval. The talk now is like he may not even get picked.
Oh, no, he'll get picked, I think.
That'd be fucking brutal if he didn't get picked.
If they design it this way, if they have Cummins as captain with, as Ricky said, Smudge at fucking first slipper being his sort of sounding board, that works. Who would you have? Would you have Smudge or would you have?
No, look,
Lewis?
I mean, I think if you're gonna go with Pat, like you don't just go with someone for this Ashes series. If you're gonna go with Pat, Pat's ready and Pat's ready to go, right? Like,
Is Pat captain of New South Wales? Did
No,
we get to that?
Peter Neville is.
Peter Neville.
yeah, but is that a feature of the fact that Pat's never playing for him, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that might be why
could
Pete's.
very well be.
Look,
What's fucked as well with this whole thing is Tim was like, I knew this was going to come out at some point.
yeah,
Like he's been waiting.
but the thing is as well, like,
Would it be a relief?
I don't think so, dude. You're almost clear. You're almost fucking like if he'd retired.
He's a series away.
He's a series away, and you go, all right, I'm retired. Comes out after, yeah, I did. We had a fucking marriage issues. Like, that's the thing, though. Like, you have marriage issues. I don't think that it needs to be painted as like, obviously it's immoral. We fucking know that, right? But it happens with relative frequency. There's infidelity about in society, in relationships, right? It's not good. Obviously, there's people that are hurt by it, families, children, fucking, wives, obviously, right? There's all this shit. But, like, I just don't think that it's, like, I think there's more to it than just, like, that's an immoral decision. The captain should be better than that. Like, people are fucking flawed and make mistakes. And I think it's way better to be able to see someone make a mistake, fuck up, apologize, and then be able to go, but listen, like, life still goes on here. Like, one mistake doesn't fucking ruin everything. I fucked up. It's way more attainable. It's way more realistic. It's a way more realistic representation of what every other person has to go to. This whole, like, you're held to a higher standard. Are they? Because the people in higher fucking, like, positions of power do the fucking same shit all the time.
Yeah, but, like, would they get away with it?
What the fuck do you mean,
Was
mate?
CEO, like a CEO of, like, a fucking massive company involved in a scandal, do you reckon he'd just fucking go, shut up, I'm keeping my job?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Like maybe up until 5 years ago, yeah.
Well, unless
Alan Joyce, CEO of Qantas, you reckon fucking give a shit?
Well, hold on.
So.
It depends what the fucking nature of the scandal is.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. So a consensual affair with someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be sweet.
I don't reckon.
I reckon. I 100%
You say
reckon.
that Barnaby Joyce was sweet, but he did stand down for like what? How long?
Yeah, but Barnaby's also...
Like he came, he didn't stay.
No. I'm not, but I'm just saying...
also, like, Christian Porter's still in politics.
I mean, there you fucking go. Again, though, with the fucking Christian Porter thing, not to get political, like, again, you have to be fucking innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds like that guy's a fucking piece of shit, but you know what I mean?
Think it's like that idea. I mean, obviously, we don't expect the highest standards from politicians because we know they're all dead shits. But living in a country where we respect our cricket team more than anyone else and we expect constant wins, you almost want to have someone that's like just perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it, right? It's an unrealistic fucking position to hold themselves like in.
I think as well, Tim is guilty. He is more vulnerable because he needed to be the squeaky.
Yeah, he's a
clean
victim
guy.
of his squeaky cleanness.
Yes, because we needed squeaky clean,
And
he
now we're
looked
like,
squeaky clean, and he
ooh.
was squeaky clean, and now he isn't squeaky clean.
Is it almost an element of like we feel like he cheated on us as well?
A little bit.
You know what I mean? Like the nation.
It was a genuine shock.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
Squeaky Clean Tim Paine
Yeah.
of
Squeaky Clean fame.
Squeaky Clean fame is actually a dirty scallywag.
Dude, and like has a bit of fucking horny chat in him. It's not good horny chat, but it's horny chat.
And then when, like, I remember we were talking, and I was like, this is like, I couldn't see this. But now you're like, but now I can't unsee it.
No, yeah. I didn't see it in Tim. Now I look at Tim and I go, oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see this in Tim.
Oh, yeah. He played me for a fool.
He played all of us.
He played all of us.
And that was part of the genius of it.
Yeah.
But
now you see it, you go, oh, he's a
Now
hot
you
cricketer
see it, you're like, yeah,
in Tasmania, top of the pile in Tasmania.
Yeah. And so for that reason, probably more than any other, I think that if you've played the role as squeaky clean guy and then it turns out that you're actually not, I think, sure.
What, like, yeah, I just don't
I
think.
respect his decision to stand down. I think in like the whole scope of the situation, I think it's probably the best one. I think we get Cummins in there with the sounding board of Steve Smith and we rip and we tear. And then all he needs to do is stand behind the gloves, stumps, and take fucking catches for the nation.
Take screamers.
Just take all the fucking pressure off him. He doesn't have to do press conferences. He doesn't have to do all that shit.
That's
He's got to
true.
do daily press conferences
Yeah.
as a skipper. You got to be constantly thinking. You can't tell me that he's like such a fucking operator that he can just go taking that memory out of my mind.
No.
I'm just thinking cricket.
No,
I
that's
think
fair.
that sneaks in.
It's probably better for him to not have to answer questions about that the whole time.
100%, bro. He would have get grilled every fucking
I wonder who
waking
leaked
moment.
it. I wonder
Now
who
let's
leaked
get
it.
onto that. Put that behind us.
Before we put that behind us, did you hear about his brother-in-law?
Oh, that's right. Did you hear us in this? So this is the most rugby league fucking aspect to this whole story.
This is where it gets really rugby league.
This is
and
fucking insane, dude.
you know what? It's painted. It's. I'm just like, what are these Tasmanian boys getting up to?
Well, see, I hear you there. I have two questions here. First one is, well, let's give context. Tim's brother-in-law, who's married to Tim's sister, was also stood down from Cricket Tasmania for sexting the same chick. I don't know the exact timelines of that, Dave. You'll have to look into that for me. Similar.
Yeah, mid-2018, so very
Okay,
similar.
so I've got two questions here. What the fuck are these Tasmanian boys doing? But also, does this woman have like the most hypnotic fucking vibe? Or
I look, playing from as an outsider looking in,
touchdown.
you've got two options, right? Either Tim Paine has shortballed the brother-in-law, like, bruh, there's a strong sexting game over here that you might be interested in, or B, she's just putting out,
That's what I'm trying
why
to
don't
work
you
out.
sex me vibes? Because like maybe there's a bit of flirting going on in the change rooms. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, if Tim has shortballed the husband of his sister,
that seems
then
unlikely.
that is... It seems unlikely, and that is, when you talk about not being squeaky clean, like that motherfucker, that is disgraceful behaviour. That is disgraceful behaviour. Now...
At the end of the day, Tim and his brother-in-law are up to no good at round about the same time.
With the same person.
With the same person. What the fuck?
Talk about like going from a squeaky clean, respected family in Australian cricket to now being like, this is awkward and embarrassing. Like, this is an embarrassing story. Like, the cheating thing's bad and all that.
Oh, no, this is
But
embarrassing.
this addition to it,
Oh, it's embarrassing. What's family Christmas going to be like?
well, hopefully Tim's fucking at the Boxing Day.
Great point. It'd be difficult if you're at family lunch and across the table from you is your brother-in-law, and then
Dude, Tim and his brother-in-law both sexting the same chick.
That's what I'm saying.
So
So
weird,
awkward.
dude. It's so weird. I want to know so badly the specifics of this situation. Like, was this a three-way sitch? Did they all know?
Were they aware of each other?
Were they
doing
aware
it?
of each other?
Were they not?
Oh, man.
It's so
That's as rugby league as it gets.
rugby league. It's so rugby league.
But you almost would, like, if that came up in rugby league, you'd be going, nah, bullshit.
It's almost more. It's Tasmanian cricket.
Yeah,
what
it is. It's Tasmania because it's incesty sort of family.
Yes, it really incesty,
Yeah.
fucking inbreedy stuff. No offense.
No offense to Tasmanians, but like, I mean, fuck.
you get it.
You get it.
Like, obviously you get it.
Don't pretend like you
if
don't.
you live there and you like are married to your cousin, you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
If you're in Tassie and you've woken up next to your first cousin this morning, as you listen to this podcast, and you get it, you know what we're talking about.
You know what we're talking about. You know what we're talking about. Which is why I'm like, did he short ball him? I don't know. Maybe the brother-in-law short balled Tim.
Exactly.
There's another thought. Check this out. Was he with Tim's sister at the time? May not have been.
I think he was. I think that's the whole fucking point. But maybe not.
The article didn't say too much, but I think it.
But again, they've both been investigated, right?
Yeah, and cleared. Well, Tim definitely. I don't know about the...
But investigated from the push. She must have she's complained about both of them.
At the same time. Do we think it was at the same time she complained? Or she's gone, I've been sexting Tim. He's sending me photos of his dick pics. I need to know if there's more fucking sex as well, because I was trying to work that out. I'm like, is he just...
I've got to be honest.
And I've got to try and work out how unsolicited, because like if she's saying he sent him unsolicited, based on those text message exchanges, you could argue that quite comfortably, because you're like, that went from fucking 0 to 100 without much.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't like...
Based on what I've read, it was like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like, here's my cock.
Here's my cock. Okay. Like, we were flirting. I don't know if we were.
Yeah, they were flirting.
They were flirting.
I don't think that,
I don't think that was like
you could make that conclusion, Tom. The other thing I'd like to point out.
Hold on, I've got one more question. When you read those texts, do you hear Tim Paine's voice in your head when you read them?
Yeah.
That was probably one of the hardest things for me.
That was the hardest thing for me. That was the hardest.
I hear his like little squeaky, like not squeaky, but like it's that like. It's
It's a bit. And I just see his like little frame. And
talking like that. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm squeaky clean. I'm like, I can hear the way you say that. I can hear you behind the stumps almost. I can hear you through stump mic.
Yes,
saying
I can
those
hear you through
texts.
stump mic saying those texts, 100%. The other thing is, like, you are in and around the Australian setup. You are a professional cricketer. You're married. Like, I could understand that if there was a bit of like in-office flirting and, you might just throw each other into the dunnies for a quick tryst, moment of passion. The texting thing for me with so much evidence, it's like it's a snapshot. It can't be, she's not deleting them. Even if you delete them, she's got a copy. It's a digital record. You've got your cock out. It's just, it's the height of stupidity for me. It is. It really is. Like a phone call, some hot sweaty shit, I don't know, phone sex, whatever. Texting's like the dumbest fucking thing you can do.
Yeah, it's like intentionally leaving a trail that like just make.
It is leaving a trail.
I just want to make sure that I've documented all this shit. I just want to make sure there's a trail that can trace me back to this stupid fucking behavior.
You're like, you know what? If I'm gonna get embroiled in a sex scandal, in cheating, then I'm gonna make sure that there's a record of it.
I want this.
Digital breadcrumb.
Yeah, exactly, a digital breadcrumb. Bit of Hansel and Gretel. So that the fucking I just
follow the dick pics.
Yeah, exactly. I just need something to go on the back page of the Daily Telegraph in 5 years.
You know what? I want to make sure this comes out in about 5 years' time. Yeah. So I'm gonna, instead of call, I'm gonna sext.
Let me send it. And then you know what? Here's a good idea. Let's fucking send a photo of my hard cock, which still hasn't been leaked, unfortunately, and ask for it to be sucked on. That's gonna look good. That's gonna be easy to talk myself out of that one. Yeah. It's so dumb. You're right. It's absolutely. And also, he would have been 34, 33 at the time. Like,
not young, bro.
No.
He's not 20. He's not 21, and he's just signed his first big NRL contract.
No, dude.
And he's in the fucking Fortitude Valley, and he's, on one.
Yeah.
Making stupid decisions. This is Tim Paine, got home from fucking net session.
Exactly.
He's primed one up and sent one off.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
This is one of my best ones.
Yeah.
Asking for it to be sucked on. He did too.
He did. He did in his weird voice.
Like, fuck me, I'm so hard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like that. I've got to it's the hardest fucking thing I've ever seen or something like. And it did look, there's a couple of things as well here. Like I feel sorry for his family. I feel sorry for his wife. I feel sorry for him. Like, it's a fucking scat situation. And it's like going through if you were going through any sort of cheating scandal, it'd be a fucked up thing for everyone in your family. To do it so publicly is another thing.
It'd be fucking annoying to relive it.
Yes.
Because it's already been dealt with.
It's already been dealt with, and then you got to go through it again, but publicly. But then you can't help the internet being funny, like taking the piss, right? Like, that's just the reality of the situation. You can't fight that. And just like seeing some of the memes we're getting around. You know that ad that he did, it might have been for last summer, where someone used his wicket-keeping gloves to get the things out of the oven. Yeah. And he's like, where's my wicket-keeping gloves? Yeah. And he goes angry. And then it was just like someone put up a screenshot from that ad, and it had like the subtitles of where's my wicket-keeping gloves? And they just put a line through that, and it was just like, where is my dick pics? It's just like, it's so stupid.
So stupid.
It's so stupid. But it's just, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, it's the internet's now, bro. They're just going to go wherever they go with it, and you just got to fucking ride it out.
And it is what it is.
And it is what it is. And it's your own fucking fault. Pat Cummins, though, now seemingly the skipper. I wonder when they're going to announce that. Probably as we finish recording.
It's probably be today.
Yeah. It'd have to be soon, bro.
If not today, tomorrow. He's, as long as Smudge is that first slipper, keeping an eye on things and
Helping him out.
That's
what we were talking about with Ricky, promo code Dribbles Ponding Wines, was that he thought Pat was the captain. He should be the captain, but as long as he's got someone there that can help him in the times when it's like, do I keep bowling myself? Like, what's the best? Because that would be the hard thing for a bowler, right?
But also, you're at first slip. You got your eye on the fucking prize. You know what the ball's doing. You know what the pitch is doing.
Yeah.
Not that the bowlers don't, but like
you're in the action
box
more.
seat,
yeah.
right?
You also got T Paine there still. It's not like T Paine ceases to exist.
As long as they're all talking, they're all yarning, they're all fucking chin wagging.
Yeah.
All helping each other out.
Yeah.
And all Blue Eyes is doing, sitting down, doing the interviews at the end of the day, getting the boys motivated. Not that they all don't motivate each other. Like, you know, I don't really think it's that big a deal as long as he's got help.
Is old Blue Eyes the man to? Because mate, you want to talk squeaky clean? I'd hate for fucking the captaincy to fucking bring down old Blue Eyes.
The thing about it is, and I think that we often forget this as a nation, is that the Test side has a history of fucking scallywag behaviour. There's scallywags in the Test side.
Oh fuck yeah, there is.
They're not as like fucking highbrow as we might think.
They're not highbrow at all.
But like when you saddle them up next to rugby league, you're like, they are, but they're not really.
Oh, but I mean, up against rugby league, they are, but they're not.
But they're also not.
The thing I think with the cricketer is there's only 11 of them. They're guarded pretty fucking hectically by Cricket Australia.
Oh, they're guarded.
Like
they're mate. You want to talk about the AFL rug?
Yeah. And like the hardest fucking people to get a hold of. Like, you know, like the Cricket Australia controls so much of like the narrative and all that sort of shit.
On the face of it, if I run an eye over Blue Eyes, I think he's all right.
Yeah, like where
I don't think he's got like skeletons.
I don't think so. He seems like a sweet boy. But again, listen.
But he's fucking hot.
He's hot. And as if he ain't
hot
getting...
boys get in trouble.
Yes. And that's also the thing as well, right? Is the human nature, right? Like, you know...
Shitloads of money.
You get...
Plenty of attention.
Horny. Probably because they're fitter. The fitter they are, the hornier they are. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm prepared to run with it.
Sure.
So like they're fit, horny guys. Or girls. That's the thing. It doesn't matter whoever it is. It's just if you're fit, horny, rich, good looking. Horny. Like...
That's sort of like the catalyst to all this.
Fit, horny, rich, good looking, and horny.
Mm-hmm. Double dose of horny.
Fit, horny, rich, good looking, horny.
Yep. That's the 5.
That's the 5. If you've got all of those, then there's every chance that you're not a squeaky clean.
Yeah. You are a good chance of having skeletons.
Yes. Now we just hope that Pat's maybe only one horny.
Not two. Does he strike you as 2 horny? Probably strikes me as 1.
He strikes me as 1, but again, so did T.
Tim, he struck me as none.
Tim struck me as actually kind of asexual.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he got erections.
Fooled me.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I thought that bloke's asexual.
Yep.
He doesn't care for fucking. He cares for keeping.
Exactly. All he wants to do is keep wicket.
Yeah.
He'll jack off to that.
But only to that.
Only to that. As it would turn out. You know what we should have known if I'm just now thinking about it? If we're sort of, you know, I guess excavating the past, digging. He did have fucking frosted blonde hair. Like you go look at Tim Paine getting his test cap. That's a fuck boy. You know who else I think looked similar? Michael Clark. Now, Michael Clark didn't do anything scandalous, but didn't mind getting around town in Lambos and fucking hot women.
No.
Warning,
well, the
blonde
scandal,
hair.
his scandal was him getting dumped.
Yes. By one of the hottest chicks in the country.
That's exactly right. But he did have frosted tips. Frosted tips do imply that you're like...
You're a bit of a fucking, how you going?
Yeah.
Warney, Pup, Paine.
Who else has got frosted tips? Those 3 did.
Those 3 did.
And those 3 have passed.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay.
Dude, he fucks. Sorry.
Okay. We should have seen
we should have
this.
seen that coming.
Look at him.
Dude, he fucks. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Punters and dribblers will get this photo up on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you aren't watching the YouTube, go check it out.
No, dude, look at him. He's always been hot. He fucks. We should have known better.
Mate, that is... Look at him there. I'm like, yeah, I get it now.
No, I get it.
I don't think this is his first rodeo.
No, dude.
I don't think this is his first rodeo. There, I said it.
That photo is as incriminating as it gets.
Have a fucking go at him.
He's gorgeous.
He's got rid of it now. He looked...
Dude,
that's fuckboy.
Dude,
right
that's
there.
like the hottest cricketer Australia's ever produced right there. You know what I mean? Like that photo.
Yeah.
That's the hottest an Australian cricketer's ever looked.
Okay. That's changed my whole opinion.
Yeah, that changes everything.
This was a ticking time bomb now.
Yeah. We should have known.
Now, let's get to this. Who fucking leaked this?
Yep.
So Fox Sports has posted a bit more of an update today and kind of cleared the woman pretty much of her leaking it. They've interviewed the guy who was the intermediary between the staffer and Cricket Australia, who said, I advised her, this was after the investigation had been concluded, he said, I advised her that the only remaining course of action through me was to take the matter to the media. I told her that given the impending Ashes series and the fallout from South Africa, that she could command a pretty large fee for her story. Her ultimate decision was to let the matter go and move on. It was always my understanding that she never wanted this matter to become public. She turned down the possibility of a big payday to tell the story and chose to stay quiet, so I don't believe that she is the source of the story being made public.
Interesting.
Which makes sense.
Well, I mean, it makes... Yeah, sure. Absolutely. If she didn't want to do it. I mean, in my eyes, only fucking...
The logical source, or the logical, link to me is we've got an upcoming Ashes series. The Poms are on the back foot. They didn't win the T20 World Cup. We did. They stink in Australia.
They're also in like a serious racism scandal over
They
in
need
England
an
right
edge.
now.
They need an edge. This feels like the perfect edge. Like, am I drawing too long a bow to think that they're involved in this somehow?
I don't think so. I tell you what, though, if they are, it's fucking disgraceful behaviour. Like, I get, you know, I get like the trying to get the upper hand and all that sort of shit in an Ashes year or like before an Ashes series and all that. But like, if you're stooping that low, then you're a fucking weak loser. Like that's as rank as it gets for me.
It's just the timing, bro.
No, I know. That's just gross. If it is the Poms. Now, I think it is the Poms. I think that it speaks to the fact that they are weak losers and they're already scared and they think we got to try and bury some guy here to try and have a chance at winning. I think it backfires, galvanises the team. They all want to do it for Paine. They feel bad for Paine. We beat them 5-0.
And you backfires.
Backfires, dude. They're fucking losers. Their team's got nothing.
No ticker.
They got a racism scandal engulfing the nation over there of cricket. And we just won the World Cup, even though it's in another format. As Ricky said to us, professional cricketers, they've got to get used to the fucking chop and change. Usman's back. Usman's in good form.
So facto, straight 5-0. I get it.
Dude, you saw the video we put up on our Instagram of Marnus in the nets. Are you kidding me?
Marnus is ready to go.
Marnus ready to go. I also think that if you're a betting man, which Eddie and I are, I'm definitely going to have a little something on Tim Paine to get his first Test 100 this summer.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Fuck you to the naysayers.
Fuck you to everyone.
I like that, Tom. I like that a lot. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think there'll be value in that. We'll get back to the punters and dribblers on what exactly that looks like. So, in summation, Tim's a bit of a scallywag.
Well, Tim's a piglet, and we've seen that photo. Tim's a piglet.
Tim's a piglet. Tim had fuckboy in him the whole time.
Yeah.
As a nation, we should have seen it or we should have remembered. Because if you showed me that photo at the time, I would have been like, that boy, he's a fuckboy.
Yeah, he's a fuckboy. Yeah, I'd forgotten about
The
it.
fullness of time, the change in the haircut, you know, the fucking button up your shirt attitude threw me.
Yeah.
He had fuckboy in him the whole time.
Yeah.
Now we know it. Is it going to derail our Ashes campaign? No, it's not. Should he have stood down? I think it's probably the best decision because as skipper, you got to do a lot of thinking, and we just want him to do keeper now.
I think ultimately, coming into from the time it happened, I was a little bit like, this is fucking ridiculous. Not fucking ridiculous. I was more like, I think he should keep going, blah, blah, blah. But I will say that having sat down and talked to you, Eddie, and not being married to my ideas, being prepared to have my mind changed, being open to just good, honest, rigorous conversation.
That's it.
That I'm prepared to say that I think you're probably right and that him standing down, probably the best decision. Do I feel bad
for
that
the nation?
For the nation. And that's got to be at the forefront of everyone's mind.
Has to be.
But I also think for him as well, as you say, because those everyday press conferences, English media are fucking...
Mate, they would have
ripped him.
buried him. And they're fucking witty cunts too, a lot of those English journos. They know how to push buttons.
Yeah.
Take him out. Maybe do one. He's already done a press conference. I'd be hiding him for the whole fucking summer. You're not doing shit.
No, you're not doing shit. I would also say that... But just as... I don't think he should be dropped. I don't think it's
No.
I don't think it's
him.
any
just
fucking...
take the pressure off him.
And again, I don't know because I only pay small attention to the Shield. And also, I wasn't paying attention to any fucking keepers because it was like...
Well,
why would you? The captain's the fucking keeper unless he got injured. But Alex Carey's one, but there was some other guy...
No. Warney wants someone in.
Yeah.
Now,
let's have a look at that.
I will say this. Shane Warne thinks that Tim Paine should be dropped. I'm just like, Warney, that is...
To me, that's worse.
No, but it's the fact that Warney of sexting fame...
But he's not doing it because of the sexting. I think he just never rated him in the side,
That's
surely.
true.
Surely. He's not... Warney would be fucking crazy to be like, this is disgraceful behaviour.
No, you're right. He has never rated him. He pays him out every
I'm
turn.
surprised Warney would probably want him fucking in the side after this.
Warney said, I think that he's basically like, listen, his keeping's not great and he can't bat. His words.
Yeah.
But his batting, isn't his average the best for an Australian wicketkeeper?
I'm thinking recent
since
form.
Adam Gilchrist.
Recent form.
Yeah, right. Who, Dave, is there anyone else there throwing up as other wicketkeeping options? So
Warney said that, you could have Wade in there, and you could also have Alex Carey or Josh Inglis.
Inglis.
Yeah.
Can you just find some stuff on Josh Inglis while we're talking here? But I would only probably be happy with Wade. If you would have had to do it, Wade's not a great keeper, but he's been there and done it.
I think for an Ashes series,
I don't think Wade's good enough for keeping. He's not good at, your wicket keeper needs to be able to keep. That's the fucking point.
Yes.
Then if you can bat, great. Perfect.
I was just saying, though, if you're going to bring in a debutant...
I don't think so. I don't think it's the time for debutants.
Or you bring in Wade, for me.
It's the time. What's the time for, Tom? The time's for winning.
Yeah.
Winning at all costs.
Yeah. Who's this?
This is Josh Inglis.
Average. Where's average? 34.
First class,
Not good
34.
enough. Sorry.
Oh, mate.
No, I know. 34's all right.
That's
What's
not
his
horrendous.
highest score? 153. Okay. How many tons he got? 3.
What's Tim Paine's first class average?
God, that fucking colour is doing my head in the screen. Josh Inglis. Okay. I'm just having a look at him here. Had a good strong beard. Tim Paine. Of course he was a fuckboy fame. Oh, okay. Average is
First
32.
class 30. So Inglis better.
There you go. No hundreds in first class cricket? I don't believe that. I know he's got at least one.
What? You're looking at the wrong thing.
At the top? Oh, tests.
Yeah, that was Test, yeah.
Oops.
So Inglis are better on the face of it, better than T Paine.
And who's he play for, Inglis?
West
Australia?
Yep.
26 years old. I don't mind that. Right-hand batter.
He was born in Leeds.
Don't love that. That's bad energy.
Before relocating to Australia as a 14-year-old.
That's fucking too old, man. He wouldn't be able to play Origin. That's how old he is.
Oh, dear. I think that almost rules him out.
That rules him out. Sorry. Move on. Sorry, Josh. Not in this series, bruh.
Nah.
Not in this series. You're off your fucking head if you think that's happening. That's bad energy.
Would you have a different opinion if his parents are both Australian?
No. You can't come here at 14. I'm saying you can at some point, not for an Ashes.
Australian parents?
Not for the Ashes,
Australian
dude.
parents?
Not for the Ashes.
I think that changes something.
It changes something.
It's like, we lived abroad.
Till you're 14. That's not a fucking sojourn. Yorkshire Academy, London Spirit. Sorry, dude. You need to play your trade a little bit more. He hasn't even been here for 14 years. He's only been here for fucking 10 years. He spent more time in England than he had in Australia. I'm just saying he needs to...
He's had 12, yeah, it's 14 to 12. Not a great sign.
No. It's a bit
Not
much
a
for me.
great sign.
No.
That's concerning.
Yeah, it is.
Stick with Tim Paine.
I think you stick with Paine, and if not, just go Wade. But I don't think you start anything else. What's Alex Carey's? Can you get that up just quickly? Because I know that he's just been sort of like the logical next one, but he's also a bit older.
I think they'll stick with
Paine, surely.
Did I see London again then on Carey?
35.
Like that 36 test.
Scroll up again.
What, up or down?
Sussex.
Yeah, but where he's born. Because they go and play in the fucking...
Yeah, they do. That's a good point.
Just scroll to the...
Did you see this top bit?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. He was the inaugural captain of the GWS Giants on their road towards inclusion now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find out where he's born.
No, that's all right. I just wanted to see his stats go down. So what's he averaging? 35?
35.
500.
That's rock solid.
That's better than both of them.
I think Alex Carey comes in.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
Alex Carey, born in Loxton, South Australia.
Okay, there you go.
He's played 45 one days.
Yep.
I think he's ready.
I'm happy with that. I take it back. No Matt Wade.
Is that cricket?
I think so. Eddie, some big news this week in the world of rugby league, and you love that it comes via the way of a leak. Everything's fucking leaked these days, and this was no different. Viliami Kikau, fresh off being wined, dined, and 69'd by both Trent Barrett and Phil Gould, gets a photo in a Bulldogs jumper. He signed with them, I think, for like 3 years or something, like fuckloads of money. Can you just go check what the deal is, Dave? But they were at like the Canterbury Leagues or some shit, and then someone's seen on the security footage of the photo being taken a screenshot, sent it to someone's boys, and then before you know it, it's fucking leaked. It's well and truly leaked. Big bed shit vibes for the Dogs there. Gus had to go and fucking apologise to the Panthers, and fucking Viliami Kikau was getting booed by the Panthers fans, all that sort of shit. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. You've gotta love it. Why was he? Why the photo in the polo? Like, when were they going to announce this?
Well, they could have announced it at any point, but you get the photo in the polo because he signed, and then they go, all right, well, we don't need to see you anymore for like, and we'll announce it when we announce it.
Yeah, so you don't have to come back.
Yeah. We've just 69'd you beyond belief.
And you loved it.
Well, dude, I mean, imagine having a 69 Gus and Trent after a full meal. That's dream scenario.
The contract's 4 years, $3.2 million.
What's that, Matt Setti?
Divided by 69.
8 mil, 800 a year. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
But as we know, well, as Kempy's tried to tell us, shave a bit off.
Yeah, shave a bit off.
So it's probably more like 7.
Hasn't Gus Gould just rolled into the Bulldogs and started making big boy moves? Like, that's a huge fucking signing.
It's a massive fucking signing. He is an operator.
He's a fucking operator.
He's a fucking
The Bulldogs
operator.
suck dick, and they came last year. The Wooden Spoon has just signed essentially the best forward in the game. And Reid Marnie, if you believe the fucking rugby league rumour and innuendo, which, you know, you should.
You better.
He's fucking looking at going.
Then you're starting to get a bit of a fucking ensemble going. You got Burton, Kikau,
Dude,
Addo
you've got
Carr,
fucking Addo Carr, Marnie,
Dufty.
well,
man.
yeah, you know.
Did you see what I was doing, Dave?
Yeah.
With like, sort of like the hierarchy of the signing.
Yeah, and then
you just duftied me.
yeah. I don't know that Dufty's necessarily someone that I'd put in that. He's a good player, and maybe, you know, like
They're a big thickie away. A big thickie and a 7, depending how Burton goes at 6 away from fucking being a big sniff.
their backs are fucking red hot. As we know, that's all they spend their money
Like
on.
a thickie though.
Did you say Pangai Jr.?
Tavita Pangai
Yeah.
Jr.
Oh, is he thicky?
Paul Vaughan. They got some thickies there, dude. They got Paul Vaughan, Tavita.
Pangai Jr. That's
They got fucking
forgot
Luke
about
Thompson.
that. Okay, so they're starting to thicken up.
Dude, I actually think it really mainly depends on how their halves go.
And how Trent goes.
Trent / halves, but Trent with Gus. Trent paired with a Gus is...
It depends how much coaching Gus does.
I think he's at least there giving a little bit of... I think Trent knows that if he fucking doesn't do what he's told, he's going to get shot.
All I'm saying is, and this is just me looking at it as I see it. Yeah, the Bulldogs don't have a great fucking side. Well, they didn't last year. But you can't ignore the fact that Trent didn't do very well at Manly. In fact, he didn't do well at all. Then he goes to assistant coach at Penrith, and then he's gone, and first season the Dogs won a spoon. So the jury's still fucking well and truly out.
Yes, it is. Because now, though, we're getting some thickies around Trent.
There's plenty of coaches in the league that can't coach, and their teams stink. Wayne Bennett, he said it himself. It's not a lack of players, it's a lack of good coaches.
Yep.
So
now we've got the Dogs side for... Well, so kick-out won't be till 2023? Yeah, okay.
2022 next year, we out.
I know, dude. Like when you're seeing contracts go to like 2025, I'm like, oh, what?
Hang on, wait. Whoa.
I thought it was still 2004. What the fuck happened? Yeah, but funny though that that's the way it gets leaked. It's such fucking rugby league lack of professionalism bullshit. But then he's getting fucking reamed by the Panthers fans who were booing him at their fucking presentation day. That's such a Panthers fan thing to do. Like, oh, sorry, he's gone and signed a fucking monster deal that the club wouldn't pay, that you wouldn't pay.
Because they couldn't pay.
So they're booing him. He just won you a grand final, you ungrateful fucks.
You can't win a grand final and then hang on to your fucking whole side into perpetuity. It doesn't work that way.
That's what the salary cap's for.
Don't you understand, Panthers fan, how it works?
No, I don't think they do.
If your player gets really good, his next contract's probably going to be really big. And if you're winning comps, that implies that most of your players are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Which implies that you can't keep them all because of the salary cap. Do you know how it works?
Do you get how it works, Penrith
He just
fans?
won you a comp?
Yeah, he just won you a comp. Do you get it? Do you understand how that works? He might, and he's going to be ripping and tearing for you again next year. Do you get that? Do you understand?
It seems like you don't.
Hey, Penrith fans, do you understand that?
Do you get it?
Now,
it seems like you don't.
It seems like they don't get it. So, Reid Marnie, I would love to go to the Dogs because I hate Parramatta. That's no disrespect to Parramatta fans. It's not about you guys. It's about your club. It's about your team, and I hate it. You also lost Isaiah Papali'i because you don't prioritise the number one forward or second rower in the game long term, which I get. I get that. He's going to go to the Tigers.
3-year deal, 2023 again. Now, I think gets 600-ish.
Yep.
If you believe
the mayonnaise.
That's right. They've obviously prioritised Gutho, who did re-sign.
Mm-hmm.
Moses et al. But losing Reid Marnie and losing Papali'i means, I'm sorry, I hate to tell you, if you don't win the comp, which you won't in 2022, you're not going to win it for a long time because your window's now closed.
Mm-hmm.
Because your window's now closed. Your windows was open, sort of.
Well, there was open, but there were bars on the other side of it.
It was as open as it was ever going to, as it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
And now it's closing.
Yeah.
You don't win the comp in 2022, which you won't win for a while because your window's closed. Sorry. That's the way it goes.
That's just the way it is. But good luck to...
And good luck to Ray Stone, who seemed to have earmarked for...
Well, it looks like Ray's fucking about to be shoehorned into a long-term hooking role at the Eels. I saw this, and I don't know if this is actually in the news or this is just a dribbler DM, but saying Bronson Cherry to the Dolphins 2023. Will that be his 4 years up? I think it'll only be 3 years, won't it?
Don't know.
20, 21, 22.
It was
backdated.
Retroactively applied. So maybe. That sounds about right.
I wouldn't hate that signing. I mean, that'll be a crazy one because like, I don't know what exactly Bronson's doing. You see videos of him ripping and tearing, staying fit and shit. But like, if he's able to fucking keep his head switched on for that whole fucking time, Aaron Hernandez in the background there.
2024, he can come back.
Right.
So his ban ends in November 23.
Right. So he's not going 23 then. But like, if he's able to keep his shit together and keep training and like come back, that's a fantastic comeback story. And he'd only be 24.
I heard somewhere, did you tell me this or did I hear this elsewhere, that apparently the Dolphins' first signing, that kid, apparently is like, may not even be able to go there.
Why?
Broncos have got some say on him or some shit. Can you look that up, Dave? So this that big first sounding, highly touted, might fall through.
Well, I mean, it's worth mentioning, like, they haven't signed anyone yet. Like, I thought it was going to be a big, like, oh, Dolphins, like, scalp city. They haven't got a fucking scalp.
Right, so this guy, Harrison Graham, who's a hooker, he has signed on to a development contract with the Dolphins starting like by the 2023 season. But he also has a train and trial contract with Brisbane for the upcoming preseason. And so I think if he secures a contract there, he can kind of just say like, well, these guys are giving me a shot. I'm not going to wait around for the Dolphins.
Say that again for me, Dave.
So it says here, Graham has been signed on a development contract with the Dolphins with the potential to be upgraded if he is ready for the NRL by the 2023 season. He also has a train and trial contract with the Broncos for the upcoming preseason and could be picked up by Brisbane for 2022.
That was it. He's already got a train and trial contract.
That seems silly.
Why the fuck are the Dolphins like, look at our new signing? He's got a train and trial with the Broncos this year. Not a good sign for Dolphins fans.
Not a good sign. Firstly, they get rid of Redcliffe. They don't sign They sign a guy who's already signed.
They haven't signed anyone else. They got Wayne Bennett. That was nice. But they got Wayne Bennett. I think they got Wayne Bennett before they dropped the Redcliffe part.
I think Wayne was going to any fucking... Wayne goes, I'll go to whichever new club's there. I don't give a fuck. It's in Queensland. I'll go.
Yeah, and you're going to pay me out the arse.
You're going to pay me out the arse. So I don't give a fuck who it is. He said yes to all three clubs. He was like, yeah, I'll go. So, I mean, you had fucking Wayne pretty easy. Wayne wanted to go home, still had the desire to coach, touchdown, Kansas City.
But you haven't got anyone else.
You haven't got anyone else
and
yet.
All I'm saying is, you might be like, oh, shut up, mate. It's only fucking December. It's only November 2021. Yeah, but bruh, the clock's ticking. Whether you like it or not, the clock is ticking.
She ticking.
You've signed shit.
Clock's ticking.
Clock's ticking, and you've signed no one. Clock's ticking.
I did think it was worth noting, and D or Dave obviously wrote about this in the Hello Sport Herald this week. I think we'll stick with Hello Sport Herald. I don't mind that as a name for our new news website. I also was thinking of it just then before, like whether you like the Mayo or like the Mayo Mail or like fucking something around Mayo.
Hello Sport Herald.
Well, that's what it is now.
Yeah,
which I like. But I just was thinking about.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You with me?
I'm with you.
You didn't.
I think it's too closely associated with Buzz.
Right, because what you did there was you just ignored what I said and just said Hello Sport Herald. So I actually didn't have any feedback on the idea. You
that
just
was my
basically
feedback.
Right.
I
so
said I prefer Hello Sport.
No,
Herald.
well, you didn't actually even say that. You just said Hello Sport Herald, and I was like, okay. So I assume that's not. He doesn't like the Mayo idea, but I don't know if that's the case because he just
it's too
ignored
closely
me.
associated with Buzz.
If Buzz wants to write like a guest article every week, we can have Mayo Mail.
Buzz is the Mayo man.
Yeah. He is the Mayo man. Maybe you just have a writer for Hello Sport Herald called the Mayo man.
Love that. There we go.
Now we're working together. This is what happens though. You have conversations. You work together. You don't just say fucking Hello Sport Herald and just
but that was my
squash me out.
It wasn't squashing.
You squashed me out. If I didn't have such fucking
wasn't squashed.
Intestinal fortitude to speak back, it may have been lost.
But you know why I said that now. I've explained it. Now you get it.
If you want to write for the Hello Sport Herald, punters and dribblers, Dior at hellosport.com.au is where you send your articles. Doesn't mean you'll get in, but if you're good, if you're funny, if you got a point of view, you will. There could even be some fucking cashish for you down the line. If you fancy yourself as a writer. That being said, D or Dave wrote about the fact that Merivale, Justin Hems, has won the contract to cater the SCG. Now, is that SCG members or just SCG?
No, like the whole Moore Park concept. So the new stadium when it opens as well for the next 6 years.
Whole thing.
Whole thing. Now, I mean, is that good or is it bad? I don't know. Like, I guess it sort of just depends, right? Obviously, it's always fucking expensive no matter where you go to at these fucking things. But I feel like now it's like they're going to be able to justifiably charge you $14 for some brioche pile of shit as opposed to when you were just paying that for a meat pie.
Yeah, the SCG, for example, it had got a bit trendier lately in the members.
But it was like
it still wasn't fucking like
members is always going to be a little bit
sausage
more
roll territory.
Members always a little bit more.
Is he doing the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, so
That's what I mean.
no. So there's still going to
Public
be
and members?
Yeah, but there are still going to be some standards. Like they say, $5 meat pies and hot chips and hot dogs will still be there. So I reckon there'll be a couple which are just like the generic ones that are selling that and like
we'll be
chips
able
and
to get
lollies.
duck pancakes and fucking.
Put it this way. If there are still meat pies,
Sausage rolls,
sausage rolls,
chippies.
chippies, I'm pretty like,
No, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that as long as they've got the staples, and then we get your duck pancakes, your fucking brioche buns. Fuck brioche buns, by the way.
He is aligned with certain beers over others, though, which is a concern. He's not aligned with bloke, which is a big concern.
That's a big concern.
I don't know if Kempy's got any fucking, plans in the works to rectify that. But as an example, he doesn't have Victoria Bitter in his staple.
I don't think it'd be alcohol. I reckon that would be a different deal.
No. So there is. So this
don't know
does include craft beer and cocktails. But I did read. I can't find. It's not
Cocktails.
in this article.
I could get around a couple of margies. At
So
the
what, you're
cricket.
telling me that I'm sitting in the stands and I get short-balled out margies?
Yeah.
That's
pretty good. Cricket and margies. Are you away for
although
the Sydney
cocktails-
test? You are, aren't you? You silly
over
bitch. I know, I
Cocktails might
forget.
only
My
be in the
memory.
members.
What's going on up there? Big
Fucking two kids, no
We talked
sleep.
about that fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah. 2 kids, no sleep.
But yeah, I did read somewhere that there will still be Furphy and VB and maybe a couple other the standards there.
Listen, if it ain't bloke, I don't
Look,
want it. But if it ain't bloke,
and
it's
then
VB.
and it's not VB, then I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah,
That's just what it is.
that's just what it is.
What do you want me to do about it?
I'm bloke first, and then
VB.
VB.
Bloke first, then VB.
And if no beer's available, it's Ponting Wines. Promo code Dribbles, 20% off.
Better believe it. Are we dribbling?
I guess so, dude. I guess so. I mean, fuck. Justin Hams. Whatever. Better be good, Justin. Don't fuck it
This
up.
is what I'll say, Tom.
He's an operator.
He is an operator. But I'll say this, and I'll say this on behalf of the punter and the dribbler, and on behalf of the show. Don't fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it, Justin. Okay? You don't want to get the punter and the dribbler offside. And we're easily offsided if you fuck it. Don't fuck it. Make smart decisions.
The post on Facebook.
Also, new stadium set to open for like round 24, round 23 fixture, South versus Roosters. So it's supposed to be open late.
Yeah, we had this conversation.
Have we already talked about that?
Yeah, we did because we spoke about the fact that nothing has ever been completed on time. Like the pyramids, I think is what we were talking about with Kempy.
That's a good point.
The hospo world's a bit more of a D or Dave situation potentially, but when the post went up on like the Merivale, Facebook page, or maybe it was a news article talking about it, but in the comment section, hospo cunts just going like crazy, like, fucking Merivale, look at all these fucking wankers and like underpay your staff and fucking do all this sort of shit. Like that, I was like, oh damn, I didn't realize there was any heat around Merivale. I'm not saying they do underpay their staff either, but
It's
that was just
funny.
the
The
comments.
opposite occurred to me since this has happened. Like I've been saying to all my friends, like, because I don't know, I don't really like Merivale for a few different reasons. But
Is that part of your like Antifa shit though?
well,
Like,
a little bit, but also
Is that like
they're-
just hating the establishment?
Yeah, it is. Well, they're monopolizing the like whole hospitality scene in Sydney. Also, yeah, he didn't pay his workers for a lot of the time. He seems like
Allegedly.
a bit of a wanker. No, I think he got done in court.
oh, okay,
not
cool.
allegedly.
Oh, I'm
proven.
just saying allegedly, in case it didn't happen.
And he said something stupid that was like, oh, well, if I paid them more, then like I wouldn't be able to run a profiting business or something. Which is
Right.
like, well, maybe you shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, it occurred to me when I was talking to people that like, oh no, actually everyone but me actually likes Merivale.
Listen, I don't have any issue. Like he can certainly make like a hip
it's good
happening
food,
joint,
yeah.
good food.
I mean, I've been to
good
my fair
vibe.
share. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not boycotting his.
I wonder
premises or
whether
anything.
Merivale will eventually become like NAF, like everything will be so Merivale that like it'll become so obviously Merivale that it's not cool. It's almost like consumerist,
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
and then there'll be some new hot thing coming through.
My primary concern with the stadium thing, more so than like it's probably going to be pretty pricey, but whatever, you're at the game, you're spending money.
Are you
If
talking into a
it's-
mic?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, is it going to take a long time? Are they putting out these fancy foods and you're going to have to wait like overs there?
That's
to
a good
get your
point. I
food?
don't want to have to wait for duck pancakes, bro.
Yeah.
Look, I think that he's a bit smarter than that. Surely. He recognises that promptness is the aim of the game when you're at the footy or the cricket. Promptness, the aim of the game. I like his venues, but I don't love all of them.
No.
Because they aren't as pubby as I sort of like.
No,
them.
some of them, well, a lot of them are a bit up their own arse.
Yeah. Like, I prefer to have a bit more of a grungy feel sometimes.
Yeah.
With a pool table and like a tab. And, you know,
Smoke
bit,
inside
a bit
if you
more
want.
like boysy vibe.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Not a fucking charcuterie board, wine tasting.
Not always, but if we want to nip up the fucking...
Well, in the context of watching cricket, that's more what it is. It's me wanting to pound fucking...
Oh, it's Saturday Arvo. You want to whip home a couple of ponies?
Yeah.
I want to do that more in like an RSL-y,
Yeah.
pubby sort of environment, personally.
Yeah.
So that's my only knock against Hems, is that he's buying too many venues.
That's all I'd say.
That's all I'd say about it. Because he does do a pretty good job.
He does a good job. Reach out if you want to, Juzzy.
He's a friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything we can do to help. Obviously, we've got people like Ricky Ponting reaching out as well. So, you know, just to give you an idea of where we sit these days. Reach out if you want. Obviously, you know, nothing's free in this world. We need a corporate box, something like that.
Maybe a seaplane.
I'm not comfortable getting on that thing.
Why?
I don't know, dude.
You don't reckon a billionaire gets his
Seaplane check? Yeah, I'm sure he does, but I just don't want to fucking... Is it single engine or double? I think it's double. I think it's a twin engine.
He'd have the best seaplane. He'd have a great seaplane.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the one I see in Rose Bay. Do you know...
You're thinking of the one that crashed.
No, I'm not thinking of the one that flies into fucking Rose Bay all the time.
There's multiple.
I know there are. I don't know if that was that. Was that one? The Rose Bay to fucking Palmy plane? Yeah. Ugh. That guy actually had a heart attack as well, I think, the guy that crashed.
Okay.
I don't think that was the plane.
Right.
We were about to buy my dad a seaplane experience for his birthday when that happened, and we were like, oh, not doing that.
No. Although that's probably the best time statistically to do it is right after something like that, because it probably won't happen again. Yeah. Dior this, but I believe that Rose Bay, the bay, literal bay, the water, is Australia's first international airport.
International airport? As in, where was the airport?
I don't know. It's like, that could be wrong.
Where was the airport?
As in landing on the water.
Oh.
For New Zealand?
I don't know.
I didn't know you
dude.
could fly seaplanes that far.
I don't know either. This could be wrong. That's why we got Dio Dave on the fucking...
Yes.
Because I don't know.
It says here, Rose Bay Water Airport was opened in 1938. It said on Google on Wikipedia it said this made it Australia's first international airport. But it also says there was Daly Waters Airfield, which was in the Northern Territory, but I think that was more predominantly a military station, so not really a commercial international airport.
There you go.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
That would assume, Tom, that the seaplane flew to New Zealand. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Well, you can't be an international... If you can't land on water, then you're fucked. If the water is the airport.
There you go. You learn something new every day.
You do learn something new every day.
It was the starting point for Sydney to London flights that were operated by Qantas Empire Airways and Imperial Airways.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Now I'm confused. Unless it was that you flew from there to somewhere transferred.
Well, I think
Or did you fly from there to the airport?
Well, it was the first... Yeah, they had to make a few stops.
Yeah, there's no way you're flying a fucking seaplane.
Obviously. But I'm just saying, did they fly from Rose Bay to Mascot?
So these are the planes.
No, because that wouldn't make it an international airport.
These are the planes.
It's a leg.
No, it's not a leg though. Look at that. Look at that harbour.
And these are the ones that flew Sydney to London with many stops on the way.
So that plane's more hectic. 4 engines.
They flew to London, those planes.
Apparently.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
That is absolutely terrifying.
There you go.
I wonder how many stops they'd have to make. Fuckloads.
Rose Bay Airport.
You're welcome. These are the sort of
Tommy.
facts you get. All right, I think we probably dribble.
Let's dribble.
Time to dribble. TTD.
TTD, baby.
Boys, it's the birthday dribbler here. How you going, Carson? Coming straight out of G-Town, Goulburn, if you will.
G-Town.
Look, I'd just like to confirm with you blokes that, I mean, I'm sure you already know this, but Missy Higgins is obviously the best artist the world, if not the universe, has ever seen. If you could confirm, that'd be great. Tom, Eddie, Andy or Dave, love you blokes. Beers soon. Knights for the premiership. Love you.
Lot going on there.
We got an inbox when someone was talking about Missy Higgins.
Yeah,
now,
I'm assuming
if that
this
wasn't
is-
the same bloke, then I'll be fucking shocked.
Well, that'd be one of the great coincidences all time.
Well, Missy Higgins, Tom, this is just off the top of the dome. She hasn't got any airtime in over 300 episodes. So I'd be very surprised if two separate punters and dribblers in the same week looking to pump up Missy Higgins.
Yeah, that'd be bizarre in the extreme. Now,
I respect Missy.
I've got no beef with Missy. None at all. But this gentleman is off his goddamn head if he thinks that she's the best, in my opinion.
Did he call her the greatest artist of all time?
Yeah. Or in the country, dare I say the universe. But like she ain't. She's not bad. I'd have got nothing. Again, what did she sing? Fucking
Scar.
Where'd you leave me with a scar?
I'd ask this dribbler this question. Is Missy Higgins better than Elvis Presley? Is that what you're suggesting?
Or if you just want to keep it fucking local and in the same gender, does she hold a candle to our Kylie?
Does she hold a candle to our Kylie?
Spinning around, move out of my way. I know you're feeling me because you like it like this. Like I've never seen Missy Higgins get a fucking dance floor moving.
She might get the tears going.
Kylie can do both.
You know, in a bath with a bottle of wine and, you know, you've had a rough day. Sure.
Yep.
But Kylie gets the nation's hips moving.
Kylie's fucking, that album, that one, I think was spinning around on it. That has just got banger after banger after banger. Like Kylie actually had some genuine tracks where you're like, oh, these are fucking good songs.
Our Kylie.
Yeah, our Kylie, Aussie Kylie.
Yeah.
Whereas Missy, you know, again, longevity, not there. Can you fill a dance floor? No, you can't. Is your MO just like to get me sad? Yes. No, you're not bad. I like you, but fucking come on. Best in the fucking world. Off your head.
Universe.
I also, Missy Higgins annoys me. And look, a lot of Australian bands do this. And they don't have to do what I prefer, but I don't know. It's just the ultra Australian accent when they sing. It can be off-putting. It's not always off-putting, but it can be off-putting. And it's like, I just don't know how necessary it is. You can go with a bit more of maybe a linguistically androgynous accent, if that makes sense. Dave, turn your fucking WhatsApp off. But like, I'm not saying you have to go full yank with your accent, but like when she's like, you know, leave me with a scar. Yeah, you know?
Well, what do you make of like those bands, a lot of them Sydney bands like bloody DMAs and Sticky Fingers who pretty much sing with a British accent?
Well, so yeah, and again, they are clearly obsessed with the fucking genre. You know, like the DMAs are like, fucking we're Oasis.
Yeah.
We're Diet Oasis. But like, I don't like they're making good songs. So it's not it doesn't sound bad. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound annoying. I also don't think the DMAs, he doesn't sound English, right? He doesn't sound English. He just doesn't sound Australian. Whereas like, you know, the fucking...
I don't think the Sticky Fingers sound overly British.
It was a real... It's a little bit fucking...
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit. It's not Oasis English, but it's certainly
It's
more...
not Oasis.
No, but like, it could be like, it was a fucking... You remember that song?
It's a real sunny day.
Yeah, it was like, I like Saturdays. Just chill and relax. Maybe go to some graph. Just spinning some tracks. I like Saturdays. Or Fridays. Is it Fridays? I like Fridays. That's what it is. Because Friday's where it's at.
I don't know that one.
That was like maybe when I was finishing school. I can't remember who fucking did it. But it was like, you could sing that with an English accent and you'd probably fucking win the Hottest 100.
You'd go close.
You'd go fucking close.
What are we saying?
Missy ain't the best.
Correct.
With the greatest respect.
On we go.
Wadey's on fire. Wadey's on fire. With the greatest respect.
Don't get it.
I assume
Oh, cricket related?
that was the semi-final win.
Fuck, we're
No,
going back.
that was like Saturday night, so I don't know what that was about. But I just appreciated the team effort of all coming in for the chorus.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
No, I liked
didn't hate that at all. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was just trying to get the weighty thing. Is it
Yeah.
because it rhymed? Is that what they thought it rhymed? Whatever.
Wadey, yeah, whatever. Look, let's take it as a comment.
Yeah.
It's a comment.
Moving on.
Good energy, though. Good energy from the boys.
Great energy. Real come on energy.
Tom, Eddie, I'm willing to say that you were spot on about the cop dribbler. In fact, I'm sitting next to him right now, and he's a previous dribbler. In fact, he's a Hall of Fame dribbler. Is he related to Ken from Kensington? Yeah, you're spot on, he is. Tom, Eddie, you know what? The boys can say what they want about you, but you're spot on. You picked up, he's not a pig, he's not a cop, whatever you say. It's Ken from Kensington. Be you soon. Win a Manly 13 plus forever. Cheers, boys.
Do you
guys
get it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we had the fucking, the guy who was pulled over, he was in the Uber and he
Yeah.
got pulled over by the
Yeah,
cop.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
cop
yeah.
called up and was like, I just
Yes.
put we were saying there's no way that was a cop.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cop.
Okay.
Am I correct, David?
That's the
yeah.
inference I took out of it as well.
I did not remember the cop yarn.
No, I
Thus-
didn't when it started.
Thus, I was immediately confused.
Again, if you could have seen me in my brain, I was like, you know, in like a room where all your clothes are on the floor and there's one thing you're looking for and you're just throwing shit everywhere. I'm like, where's the fucking yarn that I need for this to make sense in my brain?
And you found
I
it.
found it.
I didn't. I ran out of time. I don't think that would shock anyone that guy wasn't a cop.
No, that was as expected. As expected. As per program. Let's move on.
Hey boys, MC here. Just want to leave a dribble on the back of the chat about the big fella that was drinking the half dozen or so Pacitos at the cricket, which is pretty impressive. But like to measure up to my father-in-law, who I've recently moved in with, he's going to have to lift his game because this big unit come to me after I moved in with him. I'll just get the message up, so I'll put you on loudspeaker. There you go. So he told me that he got $63.50 back from his return and earn, and said that he'd been accumulating that since sometime in June. Now, this was back on September 23rd. So I did some maths, and look, I could tell you he drinks only Coke Zero, and he drinks a little bit of Pepsi Max in the 2-litre bottles. He doesn't drink anything else. I've never seen him drink anything else other than that and bourbon. And so $63.50, if I allow for, say, 10% of that to be consumed in Pepsi Max in the 2-litre bottle, and 90% of it in Coke Zero cans, in that amount of time, since I gave him back to June 1st before I did my calculations, he drank 212 litres of Coke Zero, 126 litres of Pepsi Max. That accumulates to 338 litres in total, and that puts him at around 2.9 to 3 litres of Coke or sugar-free Coke a day. So,
Jesus Christ.
That is
big
fucking
man gets through something.
outrageous.
I think he
Call it 3 litres a
takes
day.
the cake.
Yeah, well, that'll do
Anyway.
it too.
Thought that was impressive.
That is
So
impressive.
anyway, still a fish soon. Love you guys. Talk to you.
That's full on, man. That's a lot of soft drink. My old man's like addicted to fucking soda water. He just, I don't know if he even drinks water. He just drinks fucking soda water, which,
Loves the bubbles.
which ain't good for you. But,
not?
Well, I don't think so. I think water's good for you.
Apparently, it's like dehydrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the bubbles.
Yeah, a lot of
And
fucking
it's like
soda
salt.
in it.
Yeah,
salt,
it's like minerally and salty.
Oh, is there minerally and salty? So it's just not carbonated water.
Well, I don't really understand the difference between like soda water, mineral water, sparkling water.
neither do
and all
I.
that.
It's all. That's probably. You
So
can
what's
look
the
that
difference?
up.
Okay,
Do you want me to?
difference between soda water and sparkling water.
Dave
Fucking do my
upset that he
job,
has to
mate.
fucking Just like, oh, gotta fucking.
Difference
look it up.
between soda water and sparkling water. Because sparkling water surely just carbonated
or
water.
soda and mineral.
Sparkling water.
Well, sparkling mineral soda is the sparkling soda. I would have thought sparkling water, soda water, same thing. Mineral water, different.
Okay. This is giving me seltzer, which is just another term that I don't want to throw into the
No,
mix.
no. Fuck seltzer.
So sparkling water is naturally carbonated. Its bubbles come from a spring or a well, usually naturally occur in carbonation.
So there's natural soda water out there.
Yeah.
I did not know that existed.
Oh,
Eddie.
that's fucked me up. Sparkling water is natural?
Yeah.
I
and-
didn't know that.
Well, and then soda water is artificially carbonated and they add minerals and stuff in there.
Yeah, so that's going. Could you imagine coming across a well of fucking sparkling water, going, "This is delicious, dude. You're hungover? Let's bring some of this back to the fucking campsite."
Are you telling me they don't carbonate it at all? Because that's fucked me up.
That's fucked me right up, Eddie. That's fucked us all up.
Is that just a shit deal or is that crazy,
No, that's
crazy,
it.
crazy news?
So, so geothermal activity hundreds of feet below the ground heats water and mixes in carbon dioxide gas. Soda Springs gets its name from the naturally carbonated water. The resulting increased pressure contributes to the number of springs and causes geysers when they like shoot up.
Holy shit. You reckon that's how SodaStream got their idea?
So sparkling water needs to be
natural.
from these springs?
Well, they can't call it. Mate,
Is
so
it
it's
like champagne needs to be
Champagne
from
from champagne. Yeah, cognac from cognac.
Otherwise, bruh, you don't have...
You can't lie to me about sparkling. If you're going to offer sparkling on the fucking menu from now on, I'm asking,
It needs to be from a soda spring.
which spring did this come from, you fucks?
Is this from a soda spring?
Yeah.
Yes or no? And then so what? So, what's the difference between soda water and mineral water?
Yeah.
I think mineral water is the same as sparkling water, but I'll check that.
They say sparkling mineral water, I think is a term that I've heard.
Sparkling mineral water. Oh, this is so confusing. So it said,
We need to get a chart.
well, yeah,
up for
okay. It
this.
says sparkling mineral water, for example, is naturally carbonated. So the bubbles you see are from the spring it came from.
Yes.
But you won't find these minerals in regular sparkling water. Okay, so mineral water, natural. Soda water, not natural. If someone says sparkling water, not natural.
Not natural.
Not natural.
So
But-
mineral
but-
natural.
Sparkling
Yeah,
mineral.
Sparkling mineral is natural.
Okay, so the only natural is mineral.
Yeah.
And sparkling mineral.
Yeah. If it's got mineral in it, it's
Then
natural.
it's natural. Sparkling and soda, not natural.
But soda,
Wow.
they add minerals.
They do.
Yeah, well, it's not natural.
What the fuck's a mineral?
That's also a great question. We need to understand what we're looking at here. We need to understand what a mineral
Don't
is.
pretend at home that you
Know
have
what a
been
mi-
sitting there and going, oh, yeah, minerals. I know what minerals are. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Minerals is the most vague term for things that are in things. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, the mineral.
Oh, it's got minerals in it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
What
okay,
the
cool.
fuck's a mineral?
Yeah, yeah. Oi, be Vega.
Be Vega.
Go on.
Go on, I dare to be Vega. Is salt a mineral?
Yeah, I don't know. Is sugar a mineral?
Don't know.
Is
Did Mac get a haircut?
oh, he certainly brushed.
No,
it.
I think he just had a shower. You said that last week as well.
Well, yeah, he,
Well,
he
he
combs
keeps-
his hair.
he
He
keeps
keeps his,
throwing
I
me
haven't
off.
brushed my hair in fucking 40 years.
Dave, what's a mineral?
Okay, so a mineral, like this is going to clear it up any better. A mineral is a naturally occurring inorganic element or compound having an orderly internal structure and characteristic chemical composition, crystal form, and physical properties.
What's inorganic mean? That it's not natural?
Great question. So it says minerals differ from rocks, which are naturally occurring solid compounds of one or more minerals. So minerals are basically what make up rocks and shit like that. And
Atoms.
no, atoms smaller than minerals. Atoms
Yeah.
make up minerals, which will make up rocks. And so it says they have to have some sort of physical properties, like a crystal form. So it's not like a gas.
That's where you
like a
get the
gas
sparkle
can't-
from it.
Yeah, like a gas can't be a mineral because you can't see it. It doesn't really have like physical properties.
Okay, thank you for that.
I think they're like water diamonds.
What other minerals are there though?
So 7 types of minerals.
Yes, here we go.
Silicates, oxides, sulfates, sulfides, carbonates, native elements, and halides.
Okay.
Okay, now we're starting to really understand what we're talking about here.
Now we're there.
Now we're
Do they ever
really
take the minerals out of water?
Well, I think that would just be a waste of effort because there's already mineralless water that happens in the earth.
Okay.
I mean, he gave you a bit of attitude, but he's not making a bad point.
He gave me attitude.
Yeah, but he was making a good point.
Well, he made an assumption. Does he know that to be true?
I mean, that's also a great
I
point.
wonder if you can pay a premium for like fresh water that's been demineralized. So it was mineral water.
Would
Now
it be
it's
any
not.
better? I don't know. I think it's probably time for us to move on.
I think so. I was going to say, let's move the fuck on.
What's up, motherfucker? What's it? Fucking beautiful Saturday morning here in God's country, the sunshine. Oh, Jesus, that's fucking retarded. The sunshine state. Boys, just driving along the road, it got me thinking, what cars do you two actually have? So I know you're interested in big ute, whatever. I'm thinking Tom's probably a Hyundai Getz kind of operator.
That's not really gets, bro.
Bit of a gimp car. Love Tom's storytelling, but a bit of a gimp car. Eddie, what do you have? I reckon maybe I don't know, some pretentious kind of car, I reckon. They all reckon Tom's more pretentious, but I reckon Eddie probably has more pretentious car. I don't know, maybe a Chrysler or something like that. So yeah, if Tom's a Getz operator and Eddie's a Chrysler operator, maybe a Saab. I don't know. I know you love Jason Saab, but trying to be rich when you're not, something like that. That's what I reckon Eddie has. But yeah, as I said, it got me thinking. What? So let's put some bloody cars on NRL teams. So let's say the Tigers have a, I don't know, Nissan Micra maybe, something a little shitbox. Let's get the juices flowing and put some names on NRL. Some car names, sorry. Fuck, I'm a bit bounced out. Some car names on NRL teams. All right, get it going. Let me know what you think. Fuck, I do miss Frog a lot too. Where is Frog? See you boys, enjoy.
Car names on NRL teams.
You know those tiny little, like those
Smart cars?
smart cars? Who's the smart car? Pathetic.
That's a good point. That's a good question.
Who's the most pathetic side in the NRL?
Tigers.
Yeah.
So they're the smart car.
They got to be a smart car. Just pointless.
Complete waste of time.
Yeah, waste of time.
Have been butchered as well as a car. The car has been reduced to nothing more than a smart car.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the club was once great.
And now it's a
Now
fucking
reduced to like a
smart car.
yeah.
Manly. I mean, it depends on what car you like to decide how great of a car Manly is. You know what I mean? Because like
You've also got to be a car guy.
you do,
To start railing off cars.
and you know what? I'm not.
A car guy.
I'm not a car guy.
Guess what, Tom?
What?
Funny you should say that. I'm also not a car guy.
Like I would just be defaulting to like the ones that I know are like fucking.
You know what I mean? You got to have car in your system, in
Yeah.
your blood.
Yeah.
To sit here and pick 16 cars off the cuff
Off the cuff.
that relate specifically to the side
Yeah.
in the NRL.
I'm
going to say this. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be up front with the punter and the dribbler. It's a task too tall for me.
It is. I'm actually going to push it back onto the dribbler.
100%.
You make it, and then if it's funny enough, we'll post it. But
We'll post
I'm
it.
not. I don't. My dad and my brother, car guys, bond over cars, and then I sit sort of just like outside of the conversation whenever they're talking about it, and I'm like, I don't really know. I don't know. I can't help you.
Can't help. Stick to what you know.
You were spot on though. I do drive a Getz, and Eddie does drive a Saab.
Spot on.
That was shocking.
He actually nailed it.
He nailed it. That's why we fell
I
silent.
actually did own a Chrysler and then I sold that and bought a Saab.
Yeah. And I've had a Getz basically for 15 years.
You've had that Getz for ages.
Yeah, I have.
too.
As long as we've known each other, I've had the Getz.
I love that Getz.
Hey, look, it gets
gets
you from
you
A to
where
B. Hey.
Oh,
There you go.
On we go.
Let's move on. That moustache is immense.
Hey boys, big freight dribbler here. Just want to weigh in with a brushes with lame from the Bond chat. Now it wasn't myself, but my old man was sitting at the bar at the Qantas Lounge at LAX a few years back, just warming into a gin and tonic before a long flight. And James Bond himself, of Daniel Craig fame, comes up, stands next to him, and says something like, "I'll have what he's having." And at this point, Dad's just fucking shitting himself. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is that James Bond? And eventually, old mate bartender gives him the drink, and Dan turns to the old man and says something like, "Yeah, it is me," and then gives him a fucking wink, and then just walks off. Anyway, boys, just want to say thank you so much for doing what you guys do. It fucking certainly makes the working week go a lot quicker. See you soon, and Manly always 13+. Cheers.
What a nice young man finishing that off there with just a little thank you. That was really
Beautiful
sweet.
young man.
Yeah, beautiful young
A
man.
respectful young man who's been reared properly. His parents have done a terrific job.
He's a credit to his parents.
He's a credit to his parents, to his friends, to his upbringing.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking hectic, Daniel Craig. I heard a similar story about Bill Murray, and it was like something to do with like in a New York bar or some shit, and he's just walked into a bar off the street or into a house party, something fucking... And he's sort of gone behind the bar or wherever the drinks are, taken one, and then someone's looking at him. He just goes up behind this guy and just goes, "No one will ever believe you," and then just like cracks a beer and walks out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now that could be some fucking,
Wives' tale?
wives' tale, but I like to believe that it's true. Much like I like to believe that this Daniel Craig one is as well. I never really gave a shit about this interaction I had, but it was one where I was like, who is that? Who do I fucking think it is? But it wasn't really a starstruck because I was very young when the movie came out. But Dolph Lundgren, who was Ivan Drago in Rocky, I was flying fucking somewhere. We're lining up to get on the plane, and I'm just like, it was delayed or something, and I'm just standing next to Ivan Drago. I didn't realize. And it's just like it's getting delayed and we're looking at each other. We're both like, what the fuck's going on here? Like just sharing that sort of like we're both mutually pissed off about this thing. And then he's turned to me and asked me a question. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like just a real... And then I'm saying that I'm like, wait a minute. Is that fucking... Holy shit, it's fucking Ivan Drago. I didn't bring it up with him, but I was also like... I kind of had to stop the conversation there because now that I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it as cool as I was, it would have been awkward.
So you got out ahead.
I got out ahead.
Yeah.
So he's gone, this guy probably doesn't know the fuck I am. Or if he does, what a cool guy. He doesn't fucking, I'm Ivan Drago, but I'm a man. Just want to live my life.
Just a human being.
Yeah.
Trying to go about his business.
Just to go about his business, get on a fucking flight. Anyway.
On we go.
Tom, Eddie, Deal Dave. It's Tommy P, the Dribble here. Just had a fucking massive night and have a absolute gut load of blokes in me. I'm just going to let you know, I've been listening to your fucking potties, and to be honest with you, you're missing something at the start there. I'm not going to lie. You need a little bit of something to get the punter and dribbler fucking absolutely throbbing for you. So, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I am absolutely shit-faced, and I have come up with a fucking jingle to get you guys going. Right? Bear with me. Let me know what you fucking think. Hello, 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 sport. On the field or on the court. Punt and dribble to the grave. Tom, Eddie, and the old Dave. Turning up to make your day, so turn it and be amazed. Let me know what you fucking think.
I like it, dude.
Right? Be you soon. And fuck knows when I'm going to bed. Catch you, Kent.
I like that.
Hang on, we gotta just listen
Part of me
to.
thinks that we should almost
Put that bit in.
We gotta listen to at least the start of his second dribble.
at the front.
You could tell me when to cut this whenever, but I thought it's worth hearing.
Boys, I am so fucking pissed right now. I can't even remember if I fucking actually sang the jingle to you, Ken. So I'm going to fucking do it again, right? Hello, 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 sport. On the field or on the court. Punt and dribble to the grave. Tom, Eddie, and the old Dave. Turning up to make your day, so turn it up and be amazed. I think that's what you cunts need.
Jesus Christ. I'd like to have that.
Turn it up and be amazed.
I'd like for that to be recorded for us so we can, but like with that guy's voice on it. Just someone put some music underneath it. I'm looking at you, Finichario.
Who else do we look to?
We don't look to anyone else.
Yeah, they're all fucking hopeless except him.
I loved it. Save that, Dave. Mm-hmm. Into this fucking well of shit that we just save things we never look at again. Let's go.
punters. The Dribblers. All right, boys are in the midst of a lawyer, Larry Ender, a.k.a. the Bender. And the question is, Manly Seagulls 2008 or Manly Seagulls 2011? What's the best pick? 2008, 40-0. 2011. A fucking goat team. What do you think?
I think you'd have to say 2008.
He's asking the better side.
Yeah. 2008. Beating a cheating Storm 40-0.
A retiring Beaver scoring.
Yeah, exactly. Like the 2011 obviously was good, but we beat the Warriors with the greatest respect, who like just had it over the Storm. I think they beat them to get in the grand final.
Yeah, Sean Johnson just kind of fucked us.
Sean Johnson was on a hot streak, but like the 2008 side was like we'd lost in 2007 to the cheating Storm, and then 2008 Storm still cheating their fucking purple assholes off. And we've just gone, oh, okay, we've now ascended to this level of like untouchability where it's like we're now the greatest fucking team to potentially ever be assembled. And we just pounded and pounded and pounded them into the earth. It was the fucking one of the greatest game of all time, you'd probably argue.
40-0.
Yeah.
Against a side that cheated, like probably
the greatest
as
cheating
prolifically as any team has ever cheated.
Yeah.
We were better than everyone else ever at cheating.
You were
can't deny that.
Well, that's not. Well, not really. Not
Well,
necessarily. You got caught. So if anyone else is doing it, like the Roosters, and they
other
don't get
people have got caught and fined, and they haven't won premierships.
Well, the whole salary cap sombrero at the Roosters is the biggest joke in the NRL, and they don't seem to get caught, Dave.
Yeah,
they have fucking 400 bloody internationals in their side.
If you get caught, you didn't cheat very well.
No,
I think we can all acknowledge that.
That's such a fucking D or Dave attempt at success when being unsuccessful, losing the grand final, being caught cheating, scumbag fucks.
I don't know why the fuck I put this dribble in the first place. And
Yeah,
you
it
were
was
going
silly
to
for
turn
you,
into
Dave.
this. Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah. Let's move on before I embarrass myself more.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone else still got that song in their head? Hello, da, da, da.
On the field and on the court.
Punt and dribble to the grave with Tom, Eddie, and D or Dave.
Turn up and be amazed.
Boys, fucking bit of Friday night dribble for you. The concrete dribble here. Just in the main street of my town, Coolum Beach, and fucking me and me mate just pull up to this intersection about to get on the main road. Just have this old fella just fucking come, oi, this is a pedestrian crossing, you got to let pedestrians go. And we're just like, what the fuck? He full comes up to the window, swings at me mate. My mate blocks it. I jump straight out of the car. Like, oi, what are you doing, you old cunt? And he all runs over, gets in my face, ready to go. He's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, not a lot. You can't be hitting blokes. So I just want to know, like, would you hit a 70-year-old if he's right in your face, like, ready to punch on? Like, I couldn't do it. You're like, I'm not up for that. But I just want to get you guys' thoughts. How should I have handled the situation? I just got back in the car and obviously yelled out a bit of fucking dribble on the way out of there. But yeah. Good on you, boys.
Tom would have.
I mean, no, I don't think I would have. I'm not a brawler. But I mean, like, it also probably depends on the physical condition of the 70-year-old. Am I protecting someone?
Is Greg Norman 70?
He'd be close.
He's in pretty good nick. Would you punch on with him? Like someone that looked like him?
Again, it's like, if I know they're 70, I'm not punching on. But if it's like they look like they're in relatively, like, Greg Norman could just be some, like, aggressive dad.
But also that guy, I'm assuming didn't ask the guy's age, so he looks 70.
Yeah. If he looks 70, you don't punch on with somebody who looks 70. And if you think that you can easily beat the fuck out of someone, you probably shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Unless they're, like, legitimately coming at you. But again, I don't think you need to beat the fuck out of someone. I was driving the other day on the weekend, Saturday, and we're in traffic coming down, like, New South Head Road in Sydney and to go in the tunnel. And I heard, like, some beeping. It was a bit trafficy, and there was, like, a truck, and there was beeping and shit, but nothing, like, it wasn't to do with us. And then this truck is driving behind. It's, like, coming up my ass, and then like flying past to overtake, and it's driving so erratically. Like, it was actually scary. I'm 2 babies in the car and Steph, and so I'm like, just staying the fuck away. And I'm watching it at the front, darting between lanes. Like, it's such a big car, like cutting in and it was just fucking crazy. And it was like, this guy's like a real danger. He then hooks it all the way across from the right, all the way to the left lane, slams on his brakes. So he's been chasing this car, slams on his brakes so that the car behind him can't go, stops, and he gets out. And I am not joking, the most intimidating looking human being I have ever seen. He's getting out to abuse a woman in her car. I think, to be honest, this woman was actually lucky she was a woman in that.
Otherwise, it would have been
He would have been punching on had it not been. This guy got out in jeans, no shirt, skinhead, neck tattoos, fucking jacked to the tits, dude. Jacked. It had nothing to do with me. I was 3 lanes away, and I was like, oh, shit, don't look at me. Like, he was terrifying. And I'm in there with my wife and 2 children being emasculated by a guy who doesn't want anything to do with me. We're both looking like, holy fuck. He looked exactly like he was driving. He looked like
He looked exactly like a bloke that would do that.
Yes. It was like, oh, this guy. And if it was a bloke.
Where were you?
Like right next to the BP coming down New South Head Road before you hit the tunnel. So you got Rush Cutters on your left.
Yep.
On your right, sorry, you got Sydney Grammar, like fields and
Yep.
shit on your right, on your left.
And he's just
Fucking
pulled
left
up
and
there
right.
in the middle of
Dude, he stopped. So he's gone just past the petrol station,
Yeah.
stopped, got out, and he's walking around standing at the fucking car. You're going psycho. And this woman's going psycho. I had him back. I'm like, wow, let's get out of here.
Hectic.
Yep.
Road rage, baby. It's
Road
real.
rage. Roid rage, I think that one was. How many more we got, Dave?
We got a few still, but
No, let's just do one more.
all right, this is a good one.
Hey, Tom, Eddie, son of Schmicko here. Just wanted to bring the attention of all punters and dribblers and yourselves, mainly Tom, just to the fact that on December 5th, I believe, is the ultimate rematch of Schmicko and Tom Birmingham. Schmicko's ready. He's in career best form, coming off his maiden 50 retired
Fuck yeah,
last
Schmicko.
match, and a tutor. So he's ready. I hope you're ready, Tom. It's going to be a great day. Cheers. Goodbye.
So for those of you that don't know, obviously you're aware of the Thick Ropes County 11 now, but the last summer, when you talk about bashing 70-year-olds, I basically bashed a 70-year-old, but in the cricketing sense. Schmicko, an older gentleman playing cricket with his son. The boys were really good as well. Like they were nice dudes. But I just happened to basically hit an 18-ball 50 almost exclusively off Schmicko, who was the oldest guy in the team and had one of his worst days, I think. Not exactly. They were coming off the bat real good. But so I think we're obviously still on the same comp, so I think this is what he's talking about. He's got a rematch with Schmicko coming up. Schmicko, a bit of an operator. We started seeing videos of him doing beer bungs and shit, haven't we? He seems like a bit of a fucking a wild man.
Yeah, that's right.
Good to hear he's in form though, Eddie. December 5, that might be, maybe we fucking pump that one up, get the P's and D's down.
I think we'll have to pump that up because it's the rematch we've all waited for.
Yeah.
Birmingham versus Schmicko 2. I'm pumped. We should all be pumped. We'll be down there.
Yeah.
Well, at least the punter and the dribbler should get down there.
You're not coming?
Well, it's the day after a wedding. We'll see how I feel. I'll try to make it.
I think we can get him down there, punters and dribblers. And a hungover Eddie is actually a better version, so you might actually be in luck. I think that's us.
That's us.
We're done.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?